Hello, you beautiful internet you, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Careful Cantrip, where a group of friends from coast to coast do their absolute best to get lost in dungeons and run away from dragons. As always, I am your host and neighborhood-friendly universe. Sure, we'll go with that one today. And these not-so-sinister 7 are my players. Guys, you already know what to do. Go ahead and show a little bit of love to the chat. And for that wonderful hype train we just got, Ollie, you know what to do, my friend.
Oh, shoot.
Hello, chat.
All right, so, well, with all that said and done, hello, you wonderful people, you. So just a quick announcement for the evening. As some of you have seen on our social medias, we are doing our giveaway tonight from our good friends over at Strange Fate Crafts. They make beautiful dice boxes, custom made. You know what? It's probably easier if I show you rather than just talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, our lovely Careful Cantrip box, custom made specifically for us. This is considered their adventure kit and has a whole bunch of fun things inside. As you can see, they've done a wonderful, wonderful job doing all the engraving and everything. It's all nicely customized for us, but the best part is it's not just your everyday inside insert. As you can see, they do full, beautiful imaging of the characters. This one in particular is Alara. We've got another one. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. You get dice towers, you get these fun little clips for your McBobbers and devices and whatnot. My personal favorite, we've got all of our names in there. Isn't that adorable?
Yeah.
Aww. And of course, they can do big images as well, which you can see right here, which is absolutely gorgeous. They are amazing. And guys, it is a steal of a price for a kit like this. But we are going to be giving away a mini dice tower and dice holder kit thing today.
Tray box, dice box.
That's the word I'm looking for, dice box.
Tower.
So, in order to enter in, use the command Strange Fate. All one word, lowercase, exclamation mark, Strange Fate, and you will be entered into the draw. You got to make sure that you're following along to Careful Cantrip in order to be eligible to win. So thank you so much, Strange Fate, for sponsoring our giveaway tonight. And as you guys can see, it's amazing stuff. So go check them out on socials as well. They're on your Instagrams, Etsy stores. They have their own store as well at strangefatecraft.squaresite.com. Something like that. I don't know. I'll figure it out. We'll link the things in the things. I'm very tired, guys. It's been a long day. But with that said, I don't think there is anything else we need to announce. Mistress of Marketing, any other announcements for the evening? Okay, well, in that case, players!
There's one thing.
There's one thing.
Sherry Bombette.
Oh.
Ah, yes, a very huge congratulations to our friend Sherry Bombette for her latest news. I'm not sure if she wants to share that on stream, some kind of those personal details, but we got lots of love for you. Just wanted to give you a quick little shout out and happy belated birthday as well, because I know you celebrated that as well. So any of you who are not already following Top Down Tabletop, go check them out as well on Twitch. You can find them in the thingamabobber stream, Twitch, chat, search thing. Whew, this is going to be a long night. But, players, are you ready?
Ready.
Chat?
Absolutely.
What the hell was that? All right, it's going to be one of those nights already. Okay.
Oh, hey, we need to blow the horn again.
Okay, one last time before we head to the intro.
Again?
It's happening again, my friend.
Train keeps rolling. Everybody get on board.
All right, and with that said, let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode.
Will he
And
remember?
welcome back, everyone. I've just been informed that it doesn't seem like the command is working, but I just checked. It is working on my side, so go ahead. ! Strange fate, all one word, and you will be entered into the win, to win, and I promise you that, my friends. So, with that said, when we last left our heroes,
Are we ready to relive this?
I'm not.
Some of us are.
Me either.
what was
True.
supposed to be a simple day at a festival goes completely out the window. Our heroes had set up a trap for a mysterious thief that had been stealing food from the town's supplies. When the so-called specter appeared, it was discovered that it was in fact a small creature akin to a koala bear and a tiny lemur known as a grogu. Around its neck, a metal shackle with the name Spike carved into it. Showing some form of compassion, Eli offered it rations before casting an instant and permanent animal taming spell gifted to him by the wizard Gray. They quickly learned that Spike had a natural talent for pickpocketing, as it stole not only Eli's gold, but also his thieving tools as well. With their newest companion, the party bedded down for the night, eager to claim the reward for solving the mystery. However, it didn't take long for the party to get sidetracked. First heading to Molly's Ale and Popper Saloon, they reconnected with the wizard Dalmar and ordered some breakfast. As breakfast was being prepared, Dalmar informed the party of a job he had taken on their behalf, which included a small retainer fee up front. After breakfast, the town came to life with its first festival activity. An announcement rung out through the air that an annual three-legged race to which our heroes were more than eager to participate in. And then the proverbial poop hit the fan, as they say. Long story short, there was quite a bit of sabotage between the contestants. However, it was Pavo that allowed Dalmar to go a bit too far. After confessing to a long night of drinking, he informed Dalmar to cast teleportation on Lucy, a feat to which Dalmar was not known best for. And with that, Lucy vanished from sight. After the race, many of the heroes confronted Dalmar, but it was Shade whom was first to take immediate vengeance on the wizard, thrusting a sword into his sternum, killing him on the spot. The sheriff, taking notice of this, attempted to take Shade prisoner for his crime. However, Shade decided it was not in his best interest, and thusly sliced off the sheriff's arm. Now being exiled for their evil deeds, the party was left on the city limits with no Carriage, no Lucy, and no sausages. At the behest of the party, and after a proper healing from Ollie, Dalmar attempted to return Lucy. However, it didn't work as planned, for the being that reappeared seemed to be that of a cow, with a long golden mane and a familiar green tattoo on its lip. And so, our story continues. Lucy. The last thing that you can remember is casting slowness on your friends during the race. In what seemed like a blink of an eye, you are now standing on the city limits, your friends all staring at you in shock. Eli gets right up into your face asking, "Lucy, is that you?" How would you like to respond to your friends?
I would like to attempt to say, what the hell just happened?
Surprisingly, the cow speaks perfect common.
Oh.
Eli will
God.
stare at Lucy and then just look at everybody else and then look back at Lucy just like with his eyes wide.
Wait, does it sound like Lucy, or does it like have a different accent?
A very cowish form of Lucy, but it certainly sounds like him.
Does he recognize that his own voice sounds different?
Lucy, make a
Well, not just
perception
that.
check.
Sure. Twelve.
12. Looking at your friends all staring around you, you hear the voice that comes out of your throat and are a little confused. shaking your head, you attempt to reach your hand up to push your hair back, only to see that of a hoof. And you are now unable to bend your arm up to your hair to fix it anymore.
I look down at my hooves.
Lucy,
I sit down and I start crying.
I don't want you to panic. I don't want you to panic.
I'm ugly. I'm a cow.
But you're not dead, Lucy.
Yes.
You're doing
I'd
fine.
rather be dead.
Oh,
No.
Lucy.
No.
Don't look at me.
No, it might not be permanent. You've been weirder things before. At least you're a real thing this time. Last
How
time
did
you
this
were a
happen?
doll. I
Elmar, was
I
this
don't-
one of your spells gone wrong?
It might have been partially my fault. You see, after a long night of drinking, I can't promise anything when it comes to exactly what will happen with that particular spell. But
Okay.
somehow I've sobered up recently. Not sure exactly how that happened, but I think I can still help your friend.
Okay.
Well,
Why don't you
great.
do that then?
Well, in order to do this, I'm going to need all of your help. You see, everyone's connected to the magical web. It's just whether or not you can access it and manipulate it for your own benefit. If you're willing to help me with the spell, I might be able to revert your friend back.
Sounds hokey, man.
Don't really have another choice.
What does
Listen,
that mean?
Eli,
What-
either you want this to happen or you don't want this to happen. Completely up to you at this point. I'm just as happy
Yeah, what do
leaving
we
him
gotta
as a
do
cow
to
if you
help?
want.
Eli, why
Maybe
do
we
you
should
want me to
ask
be a
Lucy.
cow?
I don't want you to be a cow. I just.
Roll a deception check.
Well.
I'm very much giving off the
just-
vibes of Emperor's New Groove when he finds out he's a llama, by the way.
All right, well, everyone gather round, all facing Lucy, and put your hands together.
Okay.
I don't
By
wanna
that I
stand
mean
beside
hold
Shay.
each other's hands.
Okay, listen, I know we're all pissed at each other right now, but this is for Lucy. We just need to put our emotions aside and then we can fight each other after, okay? Let's get Lucy out of cow form and hold each other's hands.
Are
I really
we?
don't think this is gonna work.
Are we like circling
It will work,
around
I promise
Lucy?
you.
I'll hold Shade's hand. Worst case scenario, if he does cut off my arm, which I don't think he will, I think it can be mended.
What hand are you holding? The tree one or the regular one?
Whichever one. I'll hold the tree one. People might be more scared of holding that one.
Laura will just stand there with her hands out, waiting for people to hold her hands.
Guys, this seems kind of culty.
This is what I'm saying. Okay,
Lucy,
Delmar,
it's okay.
can
No,
you
It's
walk
not
me
okay,
through
I'm
this
a
though?
cow.
I just want to know what the plan is. Like, do you have a sense of even what we want? What are the actual consequences of this gonna be?
No consequences. Either it's going to revert him back or he's going to remain a cow for his days. All that I'm
Okay.
trying to do is harness the magics
I'm
within
gonna be
all
a
of
cow
you.
forever?
No,
No, not
Lucy,
necessarily,
cows-
not yet.
I'll grab Alara's hand and then I'll hold out my other hand for somebody.
And
This is giving me Power Rangers
Lucy, if you
vibes.
don't want to be a cow for the rest of your days, we can always eat you.
That's
Hey.
not funny, Shay.
True.
Too soon, Shay. Too soon.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. What can I say?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'm holding my other hand. Okay.
All right.
I'm taking Eli's hand
I'll give him the
Alright.
dirtiest look.
and I squeeze it really hard.
Oh, jeez. I'll take Ollie and Trick's hand.
As you all
Okay, I
grab
don't know
onto
who's
each
left,
other's
but I can't
hand
do that.
in almost a semicircle around around Lucy, with Dalmar standing directly in the center, you watch as his scepter begins to glow at the very top. I need everybody to make Arcana checks except Lucy.
Oh.
Okay.
This is
I have-
gonna go great.
Well, I have inspiration.
You don't
I don't
use it,
need
I'll
this.
never forgive you.
Ooh, nice. 18.
1.
I will use
Oh,
my reaction or whatever to make her reroll. I will force a reroll on that.
All right. Trix, you suddenly
18.
get this strange feeling of reverting back, almost a sense of deja vu. Go ahead and remake your Arcana check for me.
Okay, that is 5.
Hey, Laura, thanks for being kind.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow. Mine's
All right.
18.
18, okay.
I got 16.
16, very good. 20,
18.
18. Okay, I need all of you to remember for the second phase of the spell. So each of you remember your individual scores for a minute.
Oh.
Dalmar begins to recite a few words as he lowers his head. His staff begins to glow a similar ember green, and as it does, a beam shoots upward into the sky, roughly 20 feet high. The beam looks as if it hits some type of invisible barrier as it begins to spread out, similar to that of like a liquid green glass. Defying the laws of reality, the energies bend down on a 90-degree angle on all 4 cardinal sides until it reaches the ground. A faint green glow bathes you all inside of this transparent, magical cube. Dalmar begins to recite a few more words as glowing patterns begin to appear above all of your heads. You stare up at the sigils as it begins to pulse hypnotically. I need you all to make wisdom saving throws and reduce your total by the amount that you just rolled on the Arcana check.
Reduce it by that. Okay.
Okay.
Roll a 10,
I'm not that
so
good
I
at
can-
math, but that sounds bad.
That is really
Whoops, that was the
bad.
wrong one. That was the wrong one. Okay, well, plus
Oh,
1.
man.
I wonder how many people got negatives. Those were good rolls.
I'm in the negative.
I got a negative.
So it's wisdom minus arcana?
It's your wisdom throw minus your Arcana. Yep.
Okay, minus 17.
Okay.
Oh my god, I need
God.
to do the math right. Hold on.
I got
Oh.
6.
I'm a +8.
Minus 8.
9.
Always gonna be a cow.
9. You all stare up at these hypnotic light patterns that seem to pulsate over top of you. As you become captivated by the patterns, when suddenly all of the magic disappears. Looking back at Dalmar, you see a furrowed brow as he stares back at you with a smirk. Did you really think you could kill a wizard and not suffer the consequences? Some of you try and move, others attempt to speak, but you are completely and utterly incapacitated.
I'm gonna fuck this guy up.
You know, I might come off
idea.
as somewhat brash at times, but as far as I'm concerned, I've attempted to assist you at every turn. And you vile brats have insulted me, excluded me, and most recently successfully killed me. Congratulations, by the way, on all of those feats. You know, I'm done helping you. He walks over to Shade and looks at him up and down. Typical mercenary. All brawn and no real brain. I'm sure in some circles you run in, they may consider death a gift, if you will. Well, allow me to return the kind gesture to you, Shade. Dalmar reaches down to the ground and picks up a squirming black beetle. He waves his hand over top of it and mutters a few incantations. Did I ever tell you about the week I spent with a hag once? I know, it wasn't my proudest moment at all, but it was during a major bender. Oh, she did show me a few things, though. And I'm not usually one for dark magics, but I feel like this might be a perfect opportunity to try something out. Dalmar reaches out and places the beetle on Shade's wooden arm. It quickly burrows inward into your arm. As the beetle disappears, he looks up at Shade. Consider this my dark gift to you, my friend. Shade, you have received the dark gift of the symbiote from Dalmar. The beetle can never be removed as it is now a part of you. Occasionally the symbiote will crave for something, and you must comply or face dire consequences. Dalmar walks to the center of the group again. You know, I'd say it's been fun, but I don't think anyone really has enjoyed our time together. Well, except for that last little bit. That was pretty fun for me, I guess. You know, I'm sure there's only a few seconds left on the charm that's left over, so I'll leave you with a heartfelt goodbye and good riddance. Later, bitches! And he slams his staff down into the ground, vanishing from sight, the effects of the magic disappearing along with him.
All of a sudden, his spells work.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, he is sober now.
Is Lucy still a cow?
Probably.
Oh, yes, he is.
I'm not
I
sure if I should
knew he was
apologize
gonna
for-
do something. I knew it.
Well, what
You guys are
else we
so
gonna do,
willing to
Eli?
go along with what every idiot says. Oh.
What else are we supposed to do? Huh?
Not listen to him. Not listen to him.
I mean, I didn't think he was gonna do anything bad. I just thought he was gonna fail.
Oh.
Thought he'd be grateful I brought him back to life.
I'm
Yeah,
a cow.
seriously.
It's always all
forgetting
about
that
you,
I'm a cow?
Lucille.
Maybe it's like your wild magic. Maybe it'll wear off later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better.
Should we not be worried about that beetle?
There's nothing
No.
we can do about it, I don't think. Does anyone, well, actually, Eli wouldn't know. Does anyone know anything about that stuff?
Maybe.
I
I don't know. Have I read anything about stuff like that?
Make
Can I see if I can see it burrowed in? Oh, sorry.
Make another Arcana check for me.
Okay, come on, dice. Oh. I just had to count that on my fingers. It's so embarrassing. But it's 24.
24. Thinking back, you remember your days back at the academy in Luminador, sneaking out late at night to go look through the bookshelves with Alcor. You remember one particular night, him bringing back a particular menacing-looking book. You both began to look through it, and it spoke of very dark curses and these strange occurrences known as dark gifts. From what you can tell, it's a very, very powerful magic that is next to impossible to break. Doesn't mean that it can't be broken.
Shade. I have some good news and some bad news. The good news is I kind of know what that is. The bad news is I can't help you with it. And I don't know if we know anyone powerful enough to help you with it. It's basically like a pretty bad curse. So, do you feel
Yeah.
weird right now?
Can I still fight?
I would assume so. I mean, I don't know. The wizard Delmar just said that it's gonna make you want to do things, which sounds like, you know, you might not. What if it doesn't want you to fight? No.
I guess we'll see when that happens.
Can we just cut his wooden arm off? Well,
Ollie?
like, maybe it
What?
grows back.
I was kind of thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Just because this arm is wooden doesn't mean it grows back.
Well, it might.
Well, how did it
Oh,
get
yeah.
wood in the
Water.
first place?
Yeah, let's all focus on the bug in our friend's arm here. I'm a cow.
Lucille, it's not all about you. Go graze somewhere.
Okay, true,
No,
true. I think
no.
cow is priority 1. bug is priority 2.
Okay, Shade.
Well, let's
if
just
you
go
start-
back to the town and let's
We
see if
can't
anyone
go
else
back
can
to
help
the
us.
town.
Yeah.
Go back.
What do you mean we can't go back to the town?
Einstein over here had to go and attack the sheriff and cut his arm off.
Yeah.
But we can't go
Why
back
the hell
there.
did you do that?
Because he's a moron.
Well, he
wanted to
attacked
kill
the
me.
wizard because you disappeared.
Well, maybe
And
if we go back, the
finally-
sheriff will cut his arm off, and then all the problems will be solved.
The wizard cheated? That
Well,
is so
technically, Pavo gave him permission. Pavo said,
Yeah.
absolutely, target Lucy.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
And I'll look over
Yeah.
at Pavo.
He just said he was gonna push you back to the beginning of the race.
You son of a bitch, I will kill you. And I'm gonna charge at Pavo.
I'll fly
Oh,
up.
man.
Get back down here, I start stomping my hoof.
Okay,
Well,
Lucy,
keep in
just-
mind, you attacked us first. And so it was just a retaliation.
I did not attack anyone.
Yes, you did. Your
No.
spell backfired and hurt us all.
Yes, that did happen, which was shitty of you to do. But
So
you
the
definitely
wizard
don't deserve to be a
suggested-
cow.
The wizard suggested to
Uh-huh.
sabotage you, and so I
Uh-huh.
said, go ahead, and then that's it.
Oh!
And you don't think there's anything wrong with that, Pavo?
Yeah, seriously.
How
you
am
see
I
this as,
supposed
like,
to know the
equal?
outcome of his spells?
What are you talking about? He was in the sauce for like 10 hours. Obviously, it was gonna go horribly.
Or it could have just malfunctioned and not happened to anything too. So, you know.
Oh, no. Hold on a second, Pavo. Hold on a second. Remember when we first met him and I was like, hey guys, let's get him to teleport us to Boku. And everyone was like, absolutely not. His magic is shoddy.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do that. But
He was
for
talking
measly
to a
little
tree.
competition? Exactly.
Okay, worst
Right,
case
with a
scenario,
person.
you know, he just teleports to the wrong area. That's all we knew would happen.
Or I
Turning into
become
the
a cow.
is completely unforeseen. For all we know, that's Lucy's wild magic kind of getting mixed up in it.
Really?
That's a
You're
weird
not
point.
going to apologize, Pavo?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
so
would.
it's
not
my
I would
fault.
own it if I were
It's my
you.
fault that I'm a cow.
I don't know. You turned yourself into other things.
I'm gonna go sit down beside Lucy.
Aside or
crying again.
on?
Beside.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh my
Lucy, do
God.
you remember anything from when you got teleported to now being a cow?
Oh, 1 second. Me and Trix are winning this race. We're about to be winning this race. Oh, you knew we were gonna win. And, and then all of a sudden, I'm here and I'm a cow.
Damn.
Well, maybe there'll be a 4-legged race. And you can redeem yourself.
I just stare at Ollie.
Plus, now we kind of have matching feet.
I start crying again.
Wow.
Shade.
What
I
did you call
mean-
me?
Shade.
I heard Jade. Okay, fine.
No. Shade. Listen, I have 2 things to say to you. The first is I'm sorry that I didn't back you up. Are you yawning? And
Yeah.
The first is that I'm sorry that I didn't back you up there. I was panicking. And I think we all should have backed you up, especially when he said that he was gonna murder you immediately. That being said, the next time that you're swinging your sword in an angry rage,
Yes, mommy. Don't put your finger like this like you're my mom. Okay, what about my sword in angry rage?
and all of us are screaming, no, Shade, don't do that. Just trust that it's for a good reason. Because if Ollie couldn't have healed Delmar, we never would have got back Lucy. And that's why we were all freaking out at you.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear your voice over the clinking of my swords against Delmar's body. Or his scream when I pierced him. Maybe next time I'll listen a bit more. I stop in my steps and just look around.
Or why are you wasting your time with this guy?
Listen, all of you people, what
Not a
just
person.
happened
A cow.
is-
Still a cow, by the way.
You will be a person. You will be a person. It will happen. I have faith. Once you're a person again, we all need to sit down and figure out how to be a team, because that whole thing was totally messed up. We were in a fun competition and everyone took it way too far. Lucy, you hurt us in the middle of battle. It was a mistake.
Slowed you down.
I get it. But you hurt me. I took damage. I'm assuming you hurt everyone else too. I get it was an accident, but it happened because you made the decision to attack us. Pavo, you surprised me the most out of everybody because you have such a kind soul and you can't even take an ounce of responsibility for what happened with Dalmar. And you let him attack Lucy, which is crazy. Eli, also, you were a dick to me in the middle of that battle. And Shade, maybe if you acted like a team member, we would treat you like one. So you know what? If we just sit down in a circle and, I don't know, bond or something, or learn how to trust each other, we'll stop dying and turning into cows. I don't understand what's wrong with you guys. We've been traveling together for so long. Maybe not Shade, but whatever. You're part of the group now.
Elara, there's
What?
an upside to that story. If you find Coco, you can get chocolate milk any day now. And he points at Lucy.
I'm not milking Lucy. Not
I
happening.
just hang my head down. Defeated.
Well,
Fine.
I think it's
Obviously, it was a lack of judgment to let the drunk wizard cast a spell. I do apologize for that.
Well, that makes it all better. I think that really makes Lucy feel a lot better.
Well, I can't change it now. We're going to do what we can to fix them, but there's nothing I can do about the past. So we can just focus on the problem at hand and fix it.
We at least get the carriage.
No, we got
What do you
nothing.
think?
We can't
got
go back to
booted
the
out of
town.
town.
Technically, we
So
even
we're
won the
hoofing it
race.
again.
You
Yeah,
are.
well, Lucy, here's the thing. I could call your mom and ask them to send a carriage, but I think we should wait. I don't think she's going to be very happy if we bring back a cow. So,
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe
oh well,
we
I
just...
would hate for my parents to have a bad vision of you all. After all, we're all such great friends that look out for each other, right?
We were.
Lucy, I've always had your back.
And Trix, if you hadn't tripped, I wouldn't have had to cast that spell in the first place to get us ahead.
Oh, get out of town!
Oh my
Ridiculous.
God.
Yeah, let's not
Nothing,
forget
and there was
that
nothing
you
wrong
guys-
with you casting that spell. Laura needs to take a little hit a little bit better. There's nothing wrong with a little tackle in sport.
Not all forget, you guys all chose to finish the race even after he disappeared.
We didn't know why he
finished the race?
disappeared. You were the only one who knew why he disappeared, Pavo. You were the only one.
Oh, well, don't
Don't
drop
give me that.
everything. I'm only gone forever, baby.
You're still
We
here.
didn't know. You're always doing those weird magic sneezes.
That's true. And at the
can't
speed
help
I
it.
was running, I mean, I would have been done in no time, so.
So what now?
Listen.
I would like to
we-
not be a cow anymore. What's our plan?
Let's go to Boku.
Like this?
Maybe we should just rest. What time of day is it, DM?
Looking up
The-
at
the
the sun,
duel was
it's
at noon.
it's slightly the sun is moving towards the horizon a little bit more, just past the apex of the midday sun. It's probably about 2 or 3 o'clock right now.
I guess for continuity as well, my chocolate milk reappears in my hand.
That's not funny, Alara.
I mean,
It's
if there's too much cocoa in it, you can add some milk.
For the last time, no one is
Hey.
milking me.
you want it? Do cows drink milk? Do you want some milk, Lucy?
That stuff is disgusting. No, I don't want any of your disgusting chocolate milk that you hyped up for weeks.
can make flowers. Fidget likes to eat them. Maybe cows like them too.
I am not going to Boku like this. How is this showing? Well, I would do this, but I can't. How is all this showing my parents that I can take care of myself?
Okay, so let's
I'm a
just...
cow. Start crying again.
Oh, Lucy.
Why don't we message Birdie for some help? Maybe she knows someone somewhere we could go to get this sorted out.
I have one message left before I need to rest.
I mean, it's already
Wait,
3.
do we know for sure it's not your wild magic? Like, you can tell, or you can't tell. Do you know?
I don't like.
Do you feel wild magic?
Typically, I feel a little funny right before it happens, but this one was instantaneous. I was gone, I reappeared in an instant, and I was a cow.
Do your parents, are they any good at magic?
DM? My parents aren't good at magic.
As far as
don't think so.
As far as you know, your parents never showed any sign of any kind of magical happenings.
What about Maxon? Is he any good at
Maxon, you've seen him do a few minor things here and there, out of game things you would recognize as cantrips.
Right. I relay that no, my parents aren't any good at magic. No.
I wouldn't really know how to contact Maxim either, unless Shade wanted to change into him again, like we did for your mom. But Shade even knows him. But
I don't know.
What about that town that
Contact-
we were commissioned to go help out? What if maybe there's somebody there that could help us out?
Aren't they at war or something? Aren't they under attack?
yeah, I don't know if we should take a leap.
I don't know if I'm battle ready.
I mean, we know a
We
powerful
get you some
wizard
armor.
that we can contact.
Yeah, what about Gandalf?
Sure,
mean
I
Gray?
could contact. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. Yeah, that.
Contact Gray. I mean, we could try that and then maybe rest once we find a camp along the way to Boku, and then in the morning I can make some more calls if we need them.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I only have one more spell that I can cast at that level. Oh wait, I could take a short rest and then get another one back. If we need to make another call. Okay.
Well, let's try that. Do we want to plan it first so that it's
But who am I
not
calling? Plan it.
Gray? I think Gray would be better.
Okay.
Especially because he deals with creatures and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
I
he
could
wants another
say-
creature.
Hi, Gray. It's Alara. How's it going? I haven't casted it yet. I haven't
Don't
casted
say
it yet.
how's it
We're
going.
practicing.
Don't say how's
Yeah.
it going.
We
How are
We
you
need to be
counting anyway?
we have to be as informative as possible. How's it going is just a waste of words.
Mm-hmm.
Not if you want to know how they're doing. What if he's not okay?
Lucy,
don't
do you
know.
want to know how Gray's
Or do
doing?
I seem okay?
No.
How am I
you
doing?
don't. And don't you wish somebody would ask you that question?
I wish someone would help me. So
Okay,
any message that you're
alright.
relaying should be pertaining to that.
Fine. Hi. There's a cow. How do we change him back?
Oh my god.
Obviously, explain who you are.
Okay, fine. Hi. I'm Alara.
Or it's Alara. He knows who you are.
Fine. Hi, it's Alara. Lucy turned into a cow. Can you help us turn him back? Also, how are you? Seems fine, right?
Hold on.
Oh my gosh,
Leave
Eli,
6
are you
words
writing it
left, if
down?
That's what you're doing.
Yeah, I feel like it's important that we say that he was transformed during a teleportation spell.
Mm.
Okay.
During a
Lucy,
three-legged race.
make a charisma saving throw for me.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I'm good at those. I'm gonna use my inspiration. I don't know what this is, and I don't trust it. And that's a natural one. Okay, so 13.
All right. So as
Despite I'm
Eli,
very good at those usually.
as Eli sits beside you, seemingly writing a note, Alara kind of rolling her eyes at the entire situation. Suddenly, just to your left, you see a patch of long, thick grass.
Oh.
For whatever reason, it is too enticing for you to give up. You all watch as Lucy walks over and begins to graze.
What am I doing?
I'm gonna look at him like,
Why am I doing this?
Okay,
That's a boy.
We need to call someone now. Also,
okay, I got it down. Hi, it's Alara. Lucy was transformed into a cow during teleportation spell. Can you help or know anyone who can?
okay, I'm gonna need you to feed that to me word by word.
All right, no problem.
Okay.
Don't-
Is that exactly 25 words?
It is actually 20.
Oh, good. So,
So you can even
I'll have
say-
leftover.
You can say love you or whatever you need.
Okay.
And Lara, don't we have perfect memory so he doesn't have to tell you the words again?
H.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I cast sending.
Okay.
I look at you.
Hi, it's Alara.
Hi, it's Alara.
Lucy was transformed into a cow
Lucy was transformed into a cow
during a teleportation spell.
during a teleportation spell.
Can you help or know anyone who can?
Can you help or know anyone who can? Also, how are you doing?
Okay.
That's it.
You wait a few moments before a response comes in. Alara, please. You're needed in the east. He has muscles. Lion Savior has the As the message gets cut short.
No! No, we are so not ready for this. I relay that to everybody.
What did he say?
Okay.
Need muscles.
Need muscles. He has the exiled. Probably.
Okay, well, it sounds like
the
we
east.
have much bigger feast to fry. Yep, he said needed in the east.
East.
East or
Which
west?
way is Boku? Isn't Boku northeast?
north.
Or
No.
yeah, northwest, if anything.
Yeah.
West,
Or
actually, on
northwest.
the coast.
What the?
Well, that was massively unhelpful and unsettling.
Yeah, he also sounded like he might have been in pain. So, you know, there's
Okay.
that too.
All right. It's a good thing you asked him, how are you?
See? Aren't you glad I did?
I
now we
am.
know.
I am glad.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, should we get some armor for Lucy?
cow?
Well,
Oh
the other,
gosh.
I think we should.
Some
I think
hide
we need
armor?
to take. I think we need to take a long rest because Birdie needs to know what Gray just told us because no one was able to make contact with him before.
Okay, okay, wait. We can take a short rest. And then I just need, you know, like an hour, and then I can cast another message, and then I'll need a long rest.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, can I? Oh, yeah, I can. Sorry, I just needed to check which level I could get back. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe we could just find a safe place to sit down for an hour?
We should probably get a bit further away from town.
Yes.
Okay.
Should we wait for Lucy to finish grazing?
No.
He
Just,
looks like he's enjoying
sobbing
himself.
while eating grass.
Come on, Lucy. Let's go. Come on.
I'll go and take a bundle of grass and then just kind of hold it and have him walk towards me, maybe.
As you hold out the grass trying to entice Lucy, you can see tears slowly forming in his cow little eye wells. Surprisingly enough, you do also see Fidget now making his way down your arm towards the grass.
Oh, that's lovely. All right, let's go. Let's go. I think I got his attention.
Yeah.
Good boy, Lucy.
I step on his foot with my foot.
It's Ollie. He doesn't mean it sarcastically.
So, as you all continue onward down the path to Boku, you travel for probably another hour or so. The sun now kind of hitting the peak of its heat within the bright day. It is starting to become very uncomfortable to continue traveling at this point. Unfortunately, there has been no signs of any kind of life or settlement from the last point at Dumpers Outpost.
Okay.
Damn. Or we're just short resting.
Well, I mean, I just need an hour, and then I can put in another call, and then if we still want a long rest, we can after that.
Yeah, I think that's what we should do, because isn't that going to put us into the night? Maybe not the best idea to be traveling through the night, especially when we just pissed off an entire town and accepted a contract that I'm not sure we have any intention of fulfilling from another town.
Delmar accepted the contract.
That's your line of work,
True.
so
That's true.
They don't even know what we look like, so
we don't know what he told them.
yeah. Well, we can tell them a few things about him.
All right, so we're short resting.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm just
Alright.
gonna go like lay down for an hour, and I'm just gonna be like waving my arms and like talking up to the sky.
Okay. Unable to find a stream to properly meditate in, you find the best patch of grass you can find and start waving around frantically for a while. Is there anything else anyone would like to do on the short rest? Does anyone need to heal or anything along those lines?
No, I just want to chill with Spike.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make a patch of flowers again for Fidget.
Okay.
I'm just gonna pull. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Trix.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm just gonna pull out my beef jerky and then look at Lucy and then put it back in the bag.
All right. As Alara continues to wave around on the ground, really unsure what she's doing, Ollie, you hold out your new staff, or I guess in this case, a walking stick. And as you do, you grip onto it and feeling its magics begin to flow through your holy symbol down to the ground. A beautiful patch of red roses seem to begin to grow very quickly from the ground, all the way out to an entire rose bush. As you go to put Fidget down on the rose bush, you look over and see Lucy's watchful eye of the new flora that has just been produced.
I'll just grab a flower with Fidget in it and then put him in my collar again, and then just be like, if you're interested, Lucy, by all means, have some.
I'd like to try not to. Another charisma save.
Go ahead and make a charisma saving throw for me.
Why'd I use my inspiration on this? 12.
12. While you're all able to hold back for a while, you wait until no one's really looking before you sort of cow sidestep over a little bit and just quietly start nibbling on a few of the leaves.
Tell anyone about this, I'll kill you.
All right.
Just food. No worries.
And with that, the hour rest completes.
Hey, I sit up and say, hey guys. Okay, am I calling Birdie now?
I think so. I think she should know.
Okay, so I'm saying I spoke with
Gray.
Gray, not Gandalf. I spoke with Gray, and he says that we're needed in the west. He seemed bad.
East, wasn't it east?
I mean, east, yeah. He's needed in the east. He seemed hurt, and they may have taken the child.
Yeah, I think that's too many words. You want me to plan it for you?
Sure, Eli.
All right.
Make this
All
into a
right,
side business.
you guys keep talking.
Lucy?
So, Shade, does your arm
I
hurt?
look up at Alara with my big doe cow eyes.
Sorry. We're gonna figure this out.
Alara,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna cast suggestion on her if I can, because it's only verbal. To say, you will do everything in your power to turn me back into my original form.
As you cast towards Alara, feeling the dire situation behind you, you begin to feel or remember a song that had been once sung to you before as a child. You have received bardic inspiration.
Do I need to make a saving throw?
Are you trying to stop being suggested to?
I'm assuming I don't know what it is.
Okay.
So
Then you don't need to make
unless
a
you're
saving
saying I
throw.
know what's happening, then
Well, you would recognize the somatic components needed for such a spell. So you know he is attempting to cast a spell on you.
Yeah, basically,
don't
I
know.
said, look into my doughy cow eyes and promise me you will do everything in your power to turn me back.
You see
Well,
hypnotic
She's chewing
brown
on a
and
rose.
white swirls happening in Lucy's eyes.
I'm gonna try and pass the saving throw. So,
Okay.
It's a 14 wisdom.
well, I rolled a 15 without my modifier. So
Oh, okay.
I will say, Lucy, you don't have to do that to convince me to help you. Have I ever not? Have I ever not helped you? Have I ever not had your back?
I don't know. I'm just confused.
I know. I know. Try not attacking your friends, though.
Utterly confused.
Oh, God. Mhm.
Maybe you
Okay.
can sneeze your way out of this.
Or why didn't I turn into a bull?
I think you're kind of cute as a cow. It's okay. And this way you'll pass, like, undetected a lot easier than if you were a bull.
Will you brush my hair?
As he says this, somehow he blows smoke out of his nostrils, similar to that of a bull. But something's changed.
I should have
about
worn
it.
my septum ring for this episode. It would have been so fitting.
Roses are spicy.
Yeah, I will. I'll brush your hair. Do you mind if I make a phone call to Birdie first?
Go
A
ahead.
message. Okay.
Okay. I got it down to 19, so we have some space if we want to add anything.
Oh, yeah,
Birdie,
absolutely.
Birdie, it's Alara, made contact with Gray. He's in trouble, spoke of the East, said Solus has the child. That's 19. So you got 6 more words if you want. Anything you feel like
Okay.
I'm missing? Important details? And I'll put that
Lucy's
question out to the group.
Oh, yeah.
We can say also Lucy transformed into a cow. So Lucy transformed.
Help?
It fits.
Side note.
Can we make one more word available? Help at the end? Can we get rid of a word?
Yes.
Lucy
you
transformed
can.
into cow. Help. See, I'm good at this too.
While she's casting message, I'll just braid Lucy's hair into like a braid like mine, and just put an elastic at the bottom.
Make a performance
Or a
check,
string.
Tricks.
11.
11. While Alara begins to prepare for the spell, you weave through Lucy's golden mane, and surprisingly enough, come out with a pretty badass looking Viking braid.
See? Look at that!
Do I look cool?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
Birdie, it's
Ready,
Alara.
Just feed it to me. I'm trusting
sure?
sending. Yep.
All right. Okay.
See,
Birdie.
it's trust, Eli.
Birdie,
Birdie.
it's Alara.
It's Alara.
Contacted Gray.
Contacted Gray.
Yeah. He's in trouble.
He's in trouble.
Spoke of the East.
Spoke of the East.
Said Solus has the child.
Said Solus has the child.
Lucy transformed into cow. During
Lucy transformed into cow
during teleportation spell. Help.
during teleportation spell. Help.
If that's not economy of language, I don't know what is.
A few moments pass before you get a response. Is everything all right, Alara? Your speech is very sporadic. I will look to the east and send
Okay.
scouts. I'm not sure what you mean by Lucy is a cow.
I said Lucy transformed into a cow.
Okay, so good news and bad news. Good news is Birdie's gonna send some people to the east to scout it out. I think that's the best option because I don't really think we're ready to take on Solus, especially with Lucy in the condition that he's in right now. The bad news is doesn't know anything about how to help Lucy.
Okay.
I bury my face in the
I
ground.
might add that Birdie thinks that something's wrong with me because I sounded weird.
So somehow we were very capable of helping a situation that we have no part of, but we can't help our own situation.
Yeah. Funny how things like that happen. Well, maybe, hey Lucy,
Yeah.
if I set off the fireworks, would that make you happy?
Oh.
Or
No.
frightened.
I don't care. I just want to die.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Stampede.
Shade? No. What did
Just
we just
kidding,
talk about
just-
being friends?
Whoa, just kidding. Chill.
Okay.
Whew.
Jade has the most interest in him coming back to being a human. Or
Yes. But I'd
That's
like him
true.
to express some kindness as opposed to just interest in Lucy's monetary value.
Okay.
Because
I
you
like-
know, we have been fighting together for a few battles now.
Okay, I'll go. I'll go to Lucille, put my hand on his head, and go. Who's a good cow? Who's a good cow? And
I
I'll
would
go
like
away.
to. I would like to
Somebody
headbutt
kick him?
Shade in the
Yes,
chest.
please.
Better.
All right, go ahead and make an attack roll for me. And you can go ahead and use the cow stats, Lucy.
Okay. I don't even know how to do this, but okay.
Cow
This
stats.
is crazy.
The cow.
are the cow stats better than your stats?
It's only a 9 to hit.
As,
At least you
as
got
you
some fight in you.
you begin to try and gore at Shade, he holds your head back for a moment before he quickly turns around you, holding onto your mane, and sort of rides you around a little bit as you buck.
I'll kill you, you son of a bitch.
That's the
Although-
spirit. That's the spirit, Lucille. Don't give up.
You
Fight.
have that tranquilizer dart. How good are you with moving targets? You want to just put Shade to sleep?
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Pablo.
I was the only other one with the darts.
Oh,
Pablo, don't you have tranquilizer darts?
I have sleeping darts, yes.
Is Shade still horsing around?
No, he's
No.
cowing around.
We're not shooting each other. What did we just talk about, Eli? If we
He's
keep attacking
making
each
a
other-
complete fool of Lucy. He's like riding him around and driving.
I know.
Oh
What
my
if I
God.
miss him and hit
I yell out,
Lucy?
"No,
I'm
he's
already
not. I've
getting
almost
into
got him."
trouble.
All right, Lucy, get him off. Try to thrash him off or something.
I assume I struggled
please
that
stop.
for a bit, and then
Yeah,
What if I
you
miss?
struggle for a while until Shade kind of gets over the fun of bullying poor Lucy Cow, and eventually just lets you
Lucy
go.
Cow.
Okay, should we
just
just
huff.
set up camp?
Yep. I'll start making a tent. I don't have a tent.
Oh, we have no
I'll start building a fire.
Okay.
Okay. You all begin to start to prepare to camp for the night. Unfortunately, you have no tents, a bit of rations, and enough to make a fire for yourselves. Some of you may have bedrolls, while others do not. And you start to prepare for a night out under the stars. Is there anything anyone would like to do before they bed down for the evening?
As
Get
far as the
popcorn.
rations go, I do offer the sausages that I won for the bull riding earlier.
Oh yeah, and I could also offer the jerky, the Heroes Feast jerky.
I
If it
think we
hasn't
should
gone bad
save
already.
that. Oh,
Right.
okay.
Also, if anyone needs an extra bedroll, I brought one with me, but I don't really need it.
Are there trees nearby?
as Ollie says that, I walk up and
nearby.
I take his bedroll with my mouth, and I go further away than everyone else because I don't want to be around anyone. So I just like huddle up in a corner somewhere, just away from everyone.
Do you
I'll
still
find
want
a
me to brush
tree.
your hair?
I'll find a tree near Lucy, close enough to kind of keep an eye on him while he's getting away from the party.
Yeah.
Okay.
How did you
As,
set up the bedroll?
As Lucy pulls and tugs away on the bedroll, he begins to circle around for a moment before he kind of plops down on all fours. Spike at this point walks over to Lucy and starts petting him as he kind of curls up right in his nape.
I look over annoyed, but I let it happen.
Spike kind of looks you up in the eye.
I start crying a little bit. just turn away from him and go to bed.
He continues to kind of brush your mane a little bit. All right.
We
Is
don't
there anything
deserve him.
else anyone else would like to do?
I'll just be reading my spell book.
Yeah, if we're doing a long rest, I'm gonna just change
Okay.
around one of my spells.
All right. So you all bed down for the evening. Lucy, as you rest that evening, a strange dream overtakes you. Awakening within the dream, you find yourself laying on a pile of what feels like hay. As you sit up, you notice that you seem to be in a large cornfield. Steam and small plumes of smoke kind of whiffed off of the ground all around you, giving a little bit of a hissing noise as embers begin to go out and die out. Slowly rising to your feet, you now notice that you are directly in the center of a perfect circle of flattened crops. It's difficult to tell what time of day it is, as there doesn't seem to be a sun, and the color of the sky is a dull, faded blood red. Looking down at your hands, you realize that you are in fact your usual form. Continuing to inspect your surroundings, you are currently surrounded in these large cornfield stalks, roughly about 7 feet high, creating large barriers that are difficult for you to see over top of. Turning in place, you realize that there seems to be 3 pathways, one directly behind you, And on the opposite side, 2 pathways that sit about 2 feet apart. One will take you to the left, and one takes you to the right. You suddenly are reminded of the corn mazes that were set up during the harvest festivals at Boku.
Okay. Am I controlling myself? Is this a choose your own adventure situation?
What would you like to do?
Okay. I'm going to turn around and go to the path behind me.
Okay. As you turn, you start to walk down the One Direction pathway. You continue to follow the path for a few moments. It winds and turns, making it extremely difficult to get a sense of the orientation of the overall maze. The path is roughly 4 feet in width and is lined with identical walls of large corn stalks. What's your passive perception?
That's such a good question. Where do I see that? 14, I think.
14?
Yeah.
Okay. Your half-elf ears begin to perk up a little bit as you begin to hear rustling, the sound of large footsteps not too far away from you. Whatever's making the sound now appears to be directly on the opposite side of the left wall. The footsteps stop almost directly beside you. A moment passes. You begin to hear the sound of large, deep sniffs. Your heart now beating rapidly, so much so that you can practically hear it beating in your ears. You clutch your chest in a futile attempt to muffle any sounds that someone or something would hear. The sniffing stops. What would you like to do?
Gosh. I would like to start bolting, going the same direction I was going.
Okay. You take off wildly, running in that direction. As you do, you begin to hear rustling even more so. Now, not only from the spot that you were, but now directly to the sides of you. Multiple footsteps clomping through the corn fields. As you stumble just a bit, you look back for a brief moment, and as you do, a towering beast emerges from the cornfields. The dark silhouette seems to be on all fours, smashing through the wall, roughly about 15 yards behind you. You can see 2 large horns that protrude off of its forehead, with eyes that continue to glow red in the center of its face. A long snout with a studded nose at its end. You are immediately reminded of Sheriff Levy, but these creatures do not look friendly in any way, shape, or form. Suddenly, the beast stands up on its back legs. You see the outline of large claws that hang by its side. It tilts his head towards the sky and lets out a loud roar. It falls back on all fours and begins to push at the ground, wanting to stampede towards you. What do you do, Lucy?
I'm going to try to push through one of the maze walls to another side.
Okay. Make an investigation check for me.
19.
19, you frantically kind of try and push through. You end up pushing yourself through, catching a few scrapes on your face as little bits and trickles of blood start to come down from these strange thorned cornfields. As you push through, you continue to run down one of the pathways. You eventually start to see an opening in front of you, somewhat of a corridor that opens up in the space. You see a strange scarecrow-esque statue or momentum that sits directly in the center of the area. Directly behind you, you hear a loud shuffle as the creature seems to burst through the wall, very similar to where you are. You continue to run forward, and as you do, the beast starts to charge from directly behind you. Looking back ever so slightly, beads of sweat coming off of your forehead. You look and see now that the creature's mouth is gaping wide with sharp fangs that hang from it, mucus and spittle dripping off the fangs of the beast as it lunges towards you. I need you to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Oh, I'm not good at those. Oh no, that's bad. 5.
You trip forward just in front of the statue as it jumps over top of you, landing directly with its hooves directly behind your shoulders, directly in the face with this strange creature. You feel its hot breath breathing down on your face. You can smell the rot and the blood easily coming off of its lips. And as it raises its head to the sky one more time, bearing both sets of jaws, it clamps down on you. As you suddenly awaken in a cold sweat, instinctively, you reach up to your forehead to wipe the sweat off and realize that you are now touching yourself with a hand. And that's where we're going to take a short break, everyone.
No more cow. All right.
With that said,
It was like a time thing.
It was wild magic all along.
we're going to be doing our giveaway at the break when we come back. So stick around for that. Make sure that you've used command Strange Fate. So ! Strange Fate, and you will automatically be entered into the draw. Just make sure that you're following along to be eligible to win. And also make sure to go follow our friends at Strange Fate Crafts on all of the social media platforms and whatnot. And let them know that you just happened to trip here. As always, we do take any kind of questions over chat as well. If you have any questions about the cast, the campaign, or anything along those lines, maybe you want to know exactly what temperature you need to cook a well-done steak. We can help you out with that, no problem. At least Lucy can now. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, but stick around and we will be back in probably about 5-10 minutes or so. Go get your refreshments, your apple juices, your coffees, your grape juices, or Sherry Bombette. If you're still hanging out, go get yourself some popcorn, girl, because you deserve it. Anyway, guys, we will be back momentarily, so stick around, and we'll see you very soon. And we are back. Thank you, you beautiful, beautiful individuals for sticking around with us past the break. Hopefully you got all your refreshments, your apple juices, your caffeines, your grape juices, and your popcorns. Guys, I do have a winner to announce. So, with that said, I would like first and foremost for everyone to show a little bit of a Lara love for our friend Doomgrim75, aka Strange Fate Crafts themselves. You guys are absolutely incredible. We love the box that came in. Super well done. Can't thank you enough for it, and as well, thank you for sponsoring our giveaway for tonight. It is so much deserved. But with that said, the winner of tonight's mini dice kit is none other. Drum roll. Everybody gonna do a drum roll? A little bit of a drum roll?
I'm trying.
And the winner of tonight's giveaway, our good friend and longtime viewer, Infamous Bob. Congratulations, my friend. You are the winner of tonight's giveaway. We are very excited to see what you guys work out. We are very happy that you joined us as well. And Doomgrim, again, thank you. Love your face. It's you guys are amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yay.
Now, with that said, we did have a few questions within chat for the evening. First being, Lucy, have you ever considered that you might become a time wizard?
Hasn't even crossed my mind.
Okay.
I haven't done anything with time yet, but maybe Alara will rub off on me. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
You need
That's
some
true.
lessons.
Alara, I can see becoming a time lord at some point. But Lucy, let's see if he can make it past being a cow first.
Let's see if I can master my sneezes first.
Sneeze master.
Next question was: is there a limit on the switchy belt that Trix wears?
I can only use it once per day. And I can use it to transform into any creature with a challenge rating of 0.
So there you have it, folks. There you have it. But with that said, let's hop back into tonight's episode. You all awake the next morning, feeling not as refreshed as you could be, having spent the night sleeping on the ground. Not your favorite. However, as you look over to Lucy, he seems to be back within his regular form, staring at his little handheld mirror, fixing his hair.
Yeah, and picking grass out of my teeth.
Lucy, as you begin to comb through your hair, you feel tiny little bumps protruding out of the top of your head. Almost like that of a young calf.
Come on, man, I thought this shit was over. All right. I guess in my mind, I'm thinking I must have hit my head on something, maybe when I was fighting with Shade, so I'm not going to worry about it. Just going to give it a little extra volume today. Just a little extra to, yeah.
All right. Make a deception check for me.
Sure. Great at these. 19.
19. You do a pretty good job covering the small protruding horns with your hair.
Guys, look at me. I'm beautiful again.
Lucy, you look
Wow.
great. I'm so glad you're back to your normal self.
How did
How
that
do you feel?
happen? Was it the roses?
That's a great question. I'm not sure how it happened. Maybe Pavo was right. Maybe it was just my wild magic acting up again. That being said, no thanks to you that I am back, Pavo.
Well, I do apologize. I am sorry that I didn't do more to prevent that from happening in the first place. It is never my intention to bring any harm to any party member. So I do sincerely apologize to you.
Deception check.
I walk over to Pavo and I give him a pat on the arm and I say, I know. And I lean forward to his ear. I say, this isn't over.
Are you trying to intimidate him?
It's playful banter more than anything.
Okay.
I just want to test out.
I find
wanna
that
grab
humorous
some
and I chuckle a little.
I'm gonna grab some grass and hold it up to Lucy's face. Like, are you sure you're okay?
Oh,
Lucy, whatever was overcoming you the previous day doesn't seem to be there anymore.
I just hold the grass and I just like let it fall out of my fingertips and I'm like, I'm good.
Lucy, in a drop the mic motion,
Yeah.
lets go of the small blades of grass.
Okay. So, guys, before we go, what are we?
In a hurry.
Team?
hungry for breakfast?
Ollie's on the right track.
Hungry for breakfast
A
and Gustavo.
family, friends, teammates, positive words, people.
Hungry.
Shade, you're always hungry. We're going to get food. I don't know how. Are we going straight to Boku? Are we avoiding this other sort of side task?
I'm not in the mood for that side task.
Which
Yeah,
side
I-
task are you referring to? There's a
Where
couple.
they're at war, the one that Delmar gave us all that money for.
Well, the way I see it, we're ahead right now in that money versus time put in situation, so we could just count our winnings.
The money's not really ours, though.
We didn't have anything to do with that. It was just given to us.
And if you want to find Delmar and give it back to him.
After
Yeah.
all, I consider
back
it
to him.
fines well due to me, if anything. In fact, if anybody wants to give their share over now, I'm willing to accept that. I just like
Okay.
look over at everyone puzzling.
I think
Isn't it
we
on
need
the? Isn't it on the way?
Thought it was. Damn,
I think so. I thought so
used
too.
my amazing life skills as Alara to determine if it's on the way.
Unfortunately, Dalmar never really explained to you exactly where it was, just that it was on the way there.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, we tried.
So, okay. So, do you think here's you know what's gonna happen to us though? We're gonna get a carriage, and we're going to run into the middle of a war because that seems to be what happens to us. So I'm just saying, let's just be prepared. So let's eat. I'll call Lucy. Who should I call to get a carriage? Who's the best person? I mean, I really only know your mom.
Well, I would say if a carriage is needed, okay. Dia, do I remember how long? Would I be able to judge how long of a journey it'll be on foot from here? Because I came on foot down to Trellis, right?
Yeah, make a survival check at advantage.
Okay. $16.
16. So from where you are right now, you figure it's probably another 3 days travel. 3 to 5 days travel, depending on how hard you hoof it. However,
I relay it.
as you can begin to relay the information back to your companions, you all begin to hear the beating of large wings coming from overhead. A large shadow looms over top of you from the sky. Looking up, you see a large white bird with a long beak, what you would recognize out of game as a pelican, now circling overhead. Clenched in its beak, you see what looks to be a roll of parchment grasped in its mouth. The pelican circles one more time before it descends a mere feet away from you all. It sits
Lucy
down
goes
on the
fetal.
ground and drops the parchment at its feet. It begins to wiggle back and forth a few times before standing back up and taking flight once more. Watching the bird fly out of view, your attention is drawn back down to the ground where the parchment lies. A foot away from the parchment where the bird had once been sitting, you now see a large egg. However, this is unlike any egg that any of you have seen before. The shell of the egg is a glimmering ruby red with thin gold cross line patterns all over it. At the intersections
another
of
baby!
each of the lines, large white gems have been encrusted. In the center of the egg, a gold band runs the entire circumference of the egg.
Lucy is still fetal, but he peeks out like this.
I'll read
It's
the.
okay.
I'm gonna grab the scroll and read it, not touch the egg.
I'll touch the egg. Pick it up.
How do you know who that was?
No, I do not.
Kibo, do you
So,
know
is that a
Albert?
friend of yours? Is that someone you used to date? Is that what that is? Eli, picking up the parchment, you see that it's kept rolled up by a thick gold ring, similar to a fancy napkin holder. Removing the ring and unrolling the parchment, you're greeted with a very fancy silver cursive writing. The parchment reads, Wilbrow's special delivery courtesy of Trip Chattington. The beautiful egg that sits in front of you has been built custom order from the purchaser. Simply twist the top half to activate, and of course, if there's any issues with the product, give us a ring.
Eli, what's it say? What's it say?
I'll like hold up the scroll. I'll be like, I don't know. Sounds like some medieval equivalent of a telemarketer stuff.
Wilbur. We know Wilbur. Wilbur's my friend. Remember, you guys all got mad at me because I went into the pumpkin guy, whatever.
Yeah, that being
Wilbur.
said, I feel like we shouldn't let Alara hold the egg.
Why do we need an egg? What? I mean, it's very pretty. It's a very pretty egg, and it probably will fetch a good price once we get to Boku. But
That's what I'm thinking.
Fine, you guys figure out what it is then.
But it says to twist the top. Maybe we should do that.
True.
Now you want to twist the top? Isn't it? Don't we have enough stuff on our
Well,
plate?
the last time we dealt with
Well,
this person, nothing really bad happened, even though we were suspicious at first.
that's a fair point.
Yeah, we already solved the cow issue.
I don't mean it's gonna necessarily cause a problem. I just mean like, is now the time for it, or do we not have places to be, things to do?
As Lucy's walking like further away from the egg, kind of like backing up. No, we should definitely open it. I think
I'll twist the
we should
top.
do the honors.
Open it.
Does the
I will
parchment
twist
say
the top of the egg.
why he sent it? Oh,
All
God.
right. As you twist the top of the egg a full 360 degrees, you hear a small click. The egg begins to expand quickly, with small plates appearing from underneath the middle in a very Iron Man-esque display. As it continues to grow, large pieces begin to emerge from the center. You instinctively drop it to the ground as it is now too large for you to hold. Larger and larger it grows. The center now expanding, pushing itself apart with large panes of glass, seemingly windows, becoming the egg's equator. 4 wheels now jettison out, pushing themselves to the bottom of the egg.
Yes.
As the egg slows its growth, a panel begins to materialize directly in the center of the perfect shape of a door. And when one last pop, a handle pushes it out from the door panel.
We got a ride!
first Lucy and now this. All our problems are solving themselves.
Yeah, is anyone gonna apologize to me or no?
Nope.
Just wondering.
Nope.
Eli, do we
Can
have
I
a
go
problem?
inside?
Do we have a problem, Eli? You seem really sassy with me lately.
I just want to get to Boku.
So what does that have to do with being mean to me?
What do you mean being mean to you? I was just saying that because last time you opened the bottle and
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
What about during the three-legged race? You were pretty mean to me there.
that's just competitive spirit.
Well, they're arguing.
Oh, so that's
to
you're
grab
just
the
saying that's who
parchment.
you are then. What?
I just want to go to Boku. I don't want to waste time. I
Who the
just
hell
want
is
to go
Trip
to Boku.
Chattington?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too.
He's
Who
obviously
cares?
a
We got a
friend.
carriage.
Trip Chattington is clearly our savior, so whatever. I'm getting in a cart.
No one finds this weird that this thing that is exactly what we need just appears.
Well, how
No one
Even
thinks
if
that's
Trip-
strange.
It's a little strange, but I
A lot
mean,
of
we
strange
got it.
things
So.
happen to us. You know
You
what?
know, I was a cow yesterday. I'm not over questioning anything.
At this point,
Maybe it's an enemy of the sheriff or Delmar.
go with the flow.
Maybe he appreciates us.
I'll sit on the very top.
Okay. Shade, as you
y'all?
begin to turn the handle on the door, it appears to be locked.
Oh, it's for somebody specific. Lucy, come out. Come out, open the door. What's the message for you?
Give it a shot, and I'll try to open the door.
As you reach out, grasping it with your hand, you turn it a few times. It appears to be locked.
Hold on, Eli. Give me that ring that came with the parchment.
Okay, I give it to him.
Does it look like that fits on anything? If not, I'm just gonna like tap it against the door or something.
Looking around, you don't see anywhere the ring would fit. However, as you begin to tap it against the door, a voice booms out from the center of the ring.
It says,
As you tap it on the side, the voice booms out. Thank you for calling Wilburow's customer service. We'll be with you in just one moment, please.
Starts dancing.
All right, tunes with
I'm
our
just
ride.
holding the ring while I'm like cocking my eyebrows.
Yes, this is Wilborow. How may I assist you?
I like kind of try to talk into yeah. So we just got a carriage out of an egg sent by someone named Trip Chattington.
Yes.
I don't know who that is, but also it seems to be locked.
Oh, did we not? Oh, I'm quite sorry. Our manufacturers seem to have kept the door locked. Please throw the ring on the ground.
I'll just toss it in front of me.
As you toss it down in front of you, before it even hits the ground, it begins to glow a beautiful velvet red ember as it begins to start to stretch outward, becoming a very large circle. Inside the circle, you watch as the red light continues to emanate from the center of it, almost wobbling a little bit, like throwing a stone into a pond. Suddenly, a figure rockets out from the center of it, a large hat on his head, and a very curly mustache, as the gnomish wizard appears directly in front of you, now floating about eye height, his robes simply swaying back and forth underneath himself. Ah, yes, I remember you, my friends. How have you all been?
I still have some of your glitter bombs left.
Oh, I would use those up as quickly as possible. There might be an expiration date on it, but don't worry about that. What did you seem to have problems with?
I can't get in the carriage. Can you open it for us?
I wonder why. And once again, as he vocalizes the sound of W's, his mustache stretches out a little bit with every sound.
Bless you.
D100.
He fiddles with the door for a brief moment as you hear a click on the other side. Yeah, that should do it for you just fine. Just tell the carriage where you would like to go, and it will take you wherever you need to be.
Hey, Wilborow. And I'll lean in close
Yes.
and whisper, do you have anything else sparkly that I could have?
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Come on. Oh. Oh, yeah. That is... Oh, that's a 13. So 8. 13 plus 5. 18.
18. He looks towards you with a bit of a friendly squint. Oh, you little one, you're just a little darling, aren't you? I might not have something that sparkles, but I think I have something right up your alley.
What's that?
He reaches into his back pocket and produces about 8 inches of a finely carved flute. It seems to have small birds and squirrels and tiny Bambi-like deers carved into it. I'm sure this will be a lot of fun for you, my dear one.
Oh,
Unlike
what
this
does it
one
do?
over here, and he kind of jettisons over to Lucy and begins to rub his hair a little bit, messing it up just a tiny bit. Oh,
That's brave.
you seem to have some pokies on the top of your head. Is something
touch the
wrong with
hair.
you, my dear boy?
No, I just bumped my head yesterday.
Are you
Go
sure?
away.
He was a cow yesterday.
Yeah.
Wilbro
Are they
immediately looks over towards Ollie. A cow, you say? Oh
Yes,
my.
ate grass and flowers and everything.
Oh, come here, Lucy. Come here, come here.
Yeah. Oh, he just like kind of turtles up, just like.
Yeah, he grabs you by the chin, pulling you forward, yanking your jaw open. Say, ah.
Oh.
Oh, no. Oh, this is very bad for you, my friends.
What do you mean?
I haven't seen this type of magic in a very long time. You, my friend, have been cursed.
Of course.
What do
Who
you
isn't these
mean I'm
days?
cursed? What do you mean my sneezes? My little oopsie doopsies every once in a
Oh,
while?
I'm not sure so much about your sneezes. However, I know a curse, especially one as ancient as that. When I see it, you, my friend, have been cursed with lycanthropy.
Together.
Eli
I'm
tries
sorry?
to hold back a laugh.
Yes, lycanthropy.
Bless you.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. You see, it is a very ancient curse coming from a strange plane of existence. They call it the Grazing Labyrinth. There are creatures there that, if you succumb to their curse, you become one of them.
No.
Yes,
no.
yes,
That was
yes. I'm quite familiar.
That was a dream.
No, it wasn't. I can tell.
Do you know how to fix it? What's gonna happen to me? Am I gonna
Well,
turn
if
back
you've-
into a cow? I
if
start
you've-
kind of tearing up a bit.
You've gone through the first phase of the disease, if you will. You seem to have progressed on to the second, reverting back to your human form. However, I warn all of your friends that they must be weary of Lucy during a new moon, for on nights that are not visible, the curse will take hold of your friend until the sun rises once more. He will change for the worse, both in form and mentality. And when the night hits its apex, the Weretar will rise.
At this point, I'm going to kind of like kneel down to. He's like a gnome, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna kneel down to his level and just like put my hand on his shoulder and be like, "Oh, you poor, sad, crazy old man."
Well,
How
with
do you
that
break
said,
the
there's only
curse?
2 ways that I know of to destroy the curse. One is to kill the original creature that seemed to impart the curse on you, if that's a possibility. Otherwise,
I
you would
volunteer
need
for
to
that.
find an individual who specializes in curses. Someone who
Right.
might be willing to do you a favor.
Okay. I think it's time for your nap, Mr. Wilborough.
Lucy,
Mr.
I mean,
Wheelbarrow.
he's
Would you be able to examine our friend Shade here too? He's been cursed as well, and as far as we know nothing about how to help him either. And your insight would be greatly appreciated.
Oh, I would be happy to assist, Oliver. You are quite the gentleman. He
Holly, don't
zooms
encourage
over
him.
to Shade, grabbing onto his arm. He kind of holds it up at eye level, looking the entire length of the arm. He looks up towards you, Shade, and makes eye contact as he leans over. Oh, yes, you are cursed as well. Oh, woo! That's a bad one as well. Ooh, you've received a dark gift, my friend.
Like the
Oh,
arm was
nice.
not enough. All right.
Yeah, that's worse
What-
than
what-
Lucy's.
What is it? Do you know about it?
Yes, it seems to be a symbiotic relation in nature. I'm assuming that you had something ingested within you not too long ago.
Yeah, somebody planted a bug in my armor.
The curse smells quite ripe, like a freshly blown fart.
Great.
I would be careful, my friend. This one is quite powerful. Whatever went into your arm, don't try and remove it. I could spell death for you instantaneously.
Can I talk to it?
Can't be serious.
You
Believing
can
the
certainly
weird mustache
try.
guy.
Dude, I have a wooden arm. I'll check what he says before I discard it completely. All right. And do you know how I can remove the curse? Do I have to kill whoever planted the curse on me?
Either kill the individual who planted the curse on you, or similar to your friend Lucy, you might want to find someone who deals specifically in the dark magics. Now, I beg for you all to know that there are repercussions making a deal with someone of the dark arts.
Yeah, we'll call that plan 2, plan B.
Oh, well, we're just gonna find Dalmar and kill him right now? He seems pretty powerful. Can just disappear.
You could buy him a few
Dalmar.
drinks.
Yeah.
Dalmar.
That numbskull?
Yeah.
You were outwitted by Dalmar, the delusionist? They don't call him a delusionist for a reason.
Do you know where he is?
Not a clue.
Oh.
Nor do I care.
Well, Wilbro, this has all been just so eye-opening. Thank you so much for your wisdom and for the carriage.
Oh,
And
don't
I just
thank
give him
me.
like a pat, like you would a senile old person.
I have a question. When
Yes.
Lucy turns into his scary moo wolf thing,
Yes.
do we need to
The
be worried
Weretar.
about him? Weretar. Is he gonna is that him as a cow? Or is that like a scary beast that's gonna attack us?
Oh, vicious beast. There will be blood everywhere if you don't contain him properly.
How should we contain him?
Y'all are serious.
Shackles, cages would be helpful. You could try the carriage, but I'm not sure if it can withstand his might when he becomes the creature.
And this is every
Sir.
full moon?
Every new moon.
Every new moon.
Yes, when there's no moon in the sky that is visible. That's when the Weretar strikes.
Is there any reasoning with the Weretar? Like, what if I'm really good friends with Lucy and he becomes the Weretar? Can I convince him not to hurt us?
Well, as the great archmage, the great Mercer once told me, you can certainly try.
Okay. Okay. Hey, what does this flute do? Actually, you know what? Don't tell me. I want to be surprised.
Well, if there's nothing else, then toodaloo, all of you. Best of luck, and enjoy your carriage.
Is the carriage open? It's open? Okay, cool.
Yes.
Just checking.
Yes.
Sorry.
And he hovers back over the ring as he begins to spin around very quickly. A bit of smoke seems to emanate up from the ring as it pulls itself back down. The ring quickly shrinks once more, and the wizard disappears.
The ring's still there?
The ring is now back in its original form to which you found it on the parchment.
I'm gonna pick it up and put it in my bag of holding.
Okay?
Man, what a kooky old man.
I don't know, man. I would not discount what he is saying.
So after everything that's happened to you, you're gonna just kind of discount what he just told you?
They're bumps. I tried headbutting Shade. They're just bumps. They will go away.
Let me see.
Yeah,
I'm
let us
gonna
check
go
it.
and go and
slap
try
her
to
hands.
touch his head.
I'm gonna try to slap her hands away from me.
Oh my god.
Don't touch the hair tricks.
Trix, make
Why is
an
everyone obsessed with
investigation.
my hair?
Trix, make an investigation check at disadvantage.
Oh, at disadvantage. Okay. 18.
18. As you ruffle through his hair a little bit, you do feel two protruding tiny horns. You remember the feel from when you were just a young girl when you were first growing yours.
Oh,
They
look
seem
at
to be
those little
symmetrical.
tiny horns. So cute.
Stop calling them horns.
I'm gonna like give him a headbutt, like a gentle one.
The hell, Trix. Oh,
Don't worry, they'll grow soon enough.
what on?
Hopefully not too much.
Okay.
Shall we?
Yeah, I'm gonna...
Just out of curiosity, last night, what phase was the moon at?
Yeah.
Don't you know things like that? Like you're like a time person.
I'm asking the DM so I can relate it to the group.
Hold on, let me roll on it. Ooh.
It's
Last night itself was a new moon.
Okay, so good news, guys. If I recall correctly, which I always do, last night was a new moon. So we have about are there months in this game? I forget how they calculate time. Whatever. We have a full
Wow.
cycle.
The time wizard doesn't know how to calculate time.
We have a full cycle. I forget. I feel like he used other terminology before. So we have a full cycle before we have to strap down Lucy.
You're not strapping me down. You're not putting me in a cage.
We
It just
might
knocked you
have
out.
to.
Definitely
I
are.
just think it could be kind of fun, and if nothing happens, then it's just fun.
We can make it a nice
What are you
cage.
into?
She's your girlfriend.
Everyone else will be there. Don't worry. Don't worry. It'll be a group thing.
Yeah, she's your girlfriend. You would know.
Whoa, that went down.
I'm getting in the carriage now, and I'll walk inside.
As most of you begin to make your way into the carriage, with Pavo now resting somewhat on the top in what looks to be a small makeshift luggage rack. As you enter into the carriage proper, it is beautifully decorated on the inside. Not only does it have plush velvet cushions laid out everywhere, at what you would consider the back of the carriage, there's even a small fireplace.
So pretty in here, guys. Lucy,
Yeah.
is this what everything in Boku is like?
DM.
How does this thing work? Was there like something outside to move it? Does it move on its own?
From what
We're just
Wilbro
sitting
told you, you basically tell it where you want to go, and it'll take you there.
Let's go.
The Vander Palace in Boku.
Okay. And as
My
you
gosh,
say
is
that,
it
the carriage begins to lurch forward as it begins to make its way much faster than otherwise on foot.
Amazing.
All right, it's gonna be a good ride. I feel
Hey,
all
Shay.
the velvet.
Hey, Lara.
Shade, you said that you're so startling all the time. You're so abrupt.
I don't know.
Said
You said hey. I said hey. I don't know what's the problem.
I don't know.
Okay, I stopped saying hey.
Okay. What I was going to ask you is, you said that wasn't the arm enough, so you weren't born like that?
With a wooden arm?
Yeah.
No.
What happened?
A curse.
I think he barked up the wrong tree.
So you're double cursed now? How did you get cursed the
I'm
first time?
turning you into a cow again.
A stupid story my parents did. Stupid thing. Well, not stupid, I guess. I wasn't born with an arm. So my parents decided it was a good idea to go see that witch woman in the wood. So I could get an arm. So I got an arm. But when I grew older, the arm just kind of changed into this magnificent tree I have right now.
Oh, so maybe Pablo was right. Has anyone cut your wood arm off?
No, why would I?
Okay. I
You-
don't know.
you-
Pablo
you-
was asking if it grew back, so I'm just now that I know it's not a part of who you were born as, I'm also curious if it would grow back.
I mean, if you're ready to cut your arm to see if it grows back again, and it works, I'll do mine. What seems like right thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Very
No.
funny.
This does present a possible solution to your problem, though. I mean, if the old woman in the woods did it, then maybe she can undo it.
Yeah, we could go see her for Lucy's curse too now.
I don't
I'm
have
sure
a
I
curse.
could. Lucy.
Why would you want to go speak to a hag?
She might like me. She might be friends with me.
Hags hate everybody. They make deal. What are you willing to give up? Usually
I
it's the
don't
thing
know.
you like the most. I'm guessing
Oh.
your magic. Are you willing to give up your magic for my arm? We're friends,
Yes,
right?
After there.
See, the magic isn't the most important thing to me, though.
Oh.
So
What
I
is
don't
it?
know.
Your friends?
Probably.
So yeah, so never go and make a deal.
Oh, I wouldn't make a deal. I'd make friends.
That's cute.
Thank you. I'm glad you think I am.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Lucy's mom is going to love you.
You hear that, Lucy?
Is that? I don't know.
His dad's gonna love me. I'm gonna get right down on his level. We're gonna have a heart to heart. Don't worry, Lucy. I won't say anything bad like you think I might.
Lucille, get some money from your mom before Laura talks to your dad. I'm not sure you're going to get anything after that.
I just roll my eyes.
As you all continue onward, who's keeping watch outside?
I am.
Okay. Pavel, roll a D100 for me. And chat, get ready, because I'm going to need your help in a second.
How many bandits? Will it be 2 or 97?
Oh, didn't the scroll said something about Trip Chattington?
94.
94. Okay.
That's a lot of enemies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no. It's the sheep.
As you continue onward, you travel throughout a few days. We'll do a little bit of a montage travel scene right now. The days go on, and relatively boring for the most part, until in the mid-afternoon of the second day. Pavo, as you're driving by in your carriage, you begin to hear some scurrying off in the bushes just to your left. You hear small, high-pitched laughter coming from that area.
As I look towards that area, do I see anything?
Make a perception check for me.
20.
20. You see a few small woodland creatures all seem to be making their way into a bit of a clearing just off the side of the road.
Do they look dangerous?
Small woodland creatures? No.
Okay. So then I'll just keep watching them with no real urgency.
Okay. As you begin to pass by, you see sparks of magic, bright flares of light and smoke seemingly coming from the middle of this small clearing in the woods.
I'm gonna tap the side of the carriage. Say, hey guys, take a look at this.
I'll look out the window.
Okay. As you look out the window, you now begin to hear louder laughter and more plumes of smoke that seem to arise from the center of this this small clearing.
Kind of weird. What do you see from up top, Pavo?
Same thing you see.
Does this carriage go faster?
I don't know. Am I getting a sense of like something bad may happen, or it just looks like they're just having a good time?
Hard to tell from where you are.
Do any of the woodland creatures seem to be looking in our direction?
Some look back as you pass, snicker a little bit, and then run towards the center of this clearing.
Do I hear anyone talking about the woodland creatures? Like Pavo or Eli?
We'll say, for the sake of the narrative, that they've explained the situation to you.
Guys, I have this awesome flute that has animals all over it. Do you think I should try playing it and maybe we could get the woodland creatures to come closer to us?
Do you know how to play a flute?
No.
Why do we want the woodland creatures to come closer?
They
What
look
if they're
cute.
I don't know.
Well, they're kind
What
of
do you guys
laughing
think?
at us, it seems like.
What is the laughter like menacing, DM, or is it mocking or harmless?
I mean, they look like little woodland creatures.
It's
kinda
hard
having a
to
little
tell.
fun.
Maybe my flute playing will soothe them. Maybe I'm an amazing flute player.
What else could go wrong? Go ahead.
I mean, last
Okay.
A little.
last
That
time
worked
we
out
stopped at the
last time.
party, everything
I
went
would-
well.
Yeah, I would say just leave it and keep going. If they're not bothering us, we're not bothering them.
Okay.
Well, what do you guys think? I think it.
I'm
It's-
fine with continuing on our path.
Yeah,
They're not bothering
I'm gonna
us
look
and-
at Spike and see what his reaction is.
that's a good idea.
Spike at this point is eagerly looking out the window towards the direction of the clearing.
Hey, Spike, what do you think of those guys? I'll ask him and I'll like gesture out the window.
He starts bouncing up and down on the on the window.
Okay.
He says he wants me to play the flute.
Or maybe he wants to go with them. Maybe we should just let him go.
Should I go get a closer look?
I could stretch my legs anyway.
I want to come.
Okay.
I'll go with you,
said they're
Pavo.
little,
I
right?
was going to fly overhead.
I
That's probably a
can
better
cast
idea.
fly on myself. Pavo, I could fly with you.
All right, then come join me.
Okay. I've never done this before.
That could go wrong.
Maybe I shouldn't waste a spell like that, though.
It's up to you.
Probably not.
Yeah, let's do it. I cast fly. I cast fly myself. Woo! Let's go, Pavo! This is so much fun! Woo!
It is a bit jarring for you as you suddenly start to lose gravity, the laws of gravity, as you float upward. A sensation that you've never actually felt before. You hold on to Pavo's hand as he kind of soars over top. Very much a Peter Pan-esque moment for you. As
How cool do I
you
look right now?
as you hover over top, you circle a few times over the clearing. And in the center of the clearing, you can clearly see a very large log that seems to be in the center of it, that numerous woodland creatures are all funneling into.
I'll look at Pavo like this. Should I play my flute?
Sure, go ahead.
Yes.
We need ever learn.
And
I've
I
learned to
take
say
out
yes more often now, you know.
I take out the flute and I attempt to play not a complicated song, but just like, like a nursery bedtime song that I grew up with.
Twinkle, twinkle,
Just
little star
simple.
kind of thing.
Sure, yeah.
Sure, yeah, I get it. Make a performance check with advantage.
With advantage? Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm ready for this. That is 17.
17. As you begin to play the flute, you see little streams of pinks and purple begin coming out of the end of it as it begins to loop around and physically form a circle around you. As you do, small, tiny bluebirds and birds of red begin to synchronize themselves in flight with you. Down below, the woodland creatures have now started to leave the center of the hollowed out log and are now perched on top of it, swaying back and forth in unison to your song as you look downwards on them.
I think they like me, and I think I'm really good at playing the flute, also at flying.
Doing too bad keeping up with me.
Okay, what should we go down and say hi? They like me, look, and I'll sway to one side and see if they follow me. I'll fly a little bit over.
Not only do they sway to the side of you, some of them have now grasped your dress in their beaks and are now holding it aloft for you as you sway back and forth.
I mean, do we really have time for this? I mean, just
Snow White situation.
Yes.
With the carriage and everything, I don't know. This is such a Disney moment. Okay.
I was just more concerned that this could turn into an issue. I just wanted to make sure that we weren't in any immediate threat.
Yeah, I want to bring them back with me and show everybody that they need to trust me more.
By bringing a whole bunch of animals with you?
Yeah, and I'll turn around to the group and be like, guys, look. From the distance. Guys, look.
Can we see
What do
them?
we see?
As from the ground, you can see roughly about 40 feet high up into the air, Alara kind of waving her hands sporadically, yelling something. You can't get a read on what exactly she's saying, but there seems to be tiny birds that seem to be flocking around her, following her flight pattern, trying to lift up her dress for her.
So it doesn't look like she's like in trouble or anything.
She's being attacked by birds,
Yeah,
guys.
she's
Let's
being
go.
attacked by a swarm of birds.
Like,
We should
what
fight.
would it look like to us?
I would assume you would see me hitting the birds if they were attacking.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, you also see Pavo kind of raising one of his hands to his head and shaking his head back and forth as Alara sporadically waves up and down. You do vaguely see, even from your distance, a large smile across her face.
Eli will be like, I think she wants us to come outside. And look to the rest of the people in the carriage.
I don't see the
Alright.
harm. As far as we
Fucking
know,
hell.
there's tiny creatures and Alara's happy, so
I'll stay
should
with
be
the
fine.
carriage just to make sure nobody steals it.
Good call.
As he takes off with it.
Actually, I didn't even think of that. I'm gonna see if Spike wants to like run ahead, and I'll follow him.
Okay. Yeah, he absolutely jumps out of the carriage and begins to bolt towards the clearing.
I'll just walk behind him.
Okay.
yeah, I'm going to.
As you begin to make your way into the clearing, you watch as Pavo and Alara softly land on the ground. Many of the woodland creatures now standing outside, directly on top of the hollowed out log. There seems to be one large raccoon that stands in the center of them. Very grayish, wispy hair, seemingly a little bit older than the rest. As Alara lets down the flute, they all begin to clap with their tiny little hands.
I curtsy.
Surprisingly enough, the larger raccoon speaks up and in perfect common says, "Howdy, y'all. That's some pretty good playing that you had there, young lady."
Thank you. My name is Alara. What's your name?
My name's Bobo.
Bobo? Okay. What are you
We're-
doing here?
Well, we have a festival that happens every year around here, right around the time of when Boku's doing their thing.
Oh, what
It
kind of festival?
represents the spring equinox. It's where everything comes to life, y'all.
That sounds like fun. What kind of celebrations do you have?
We have tea parties. That's what we're doing right now.
My gosh, guys, should we have a tea party?
Can
We
we
don't have good
also
track
hear
record
this
festivals.
raccoon talking?
Absolutely, it speaks perfect common.
As long as there's no racing, I'm in.
Well, we had
Where's
a little bit
Shade?
of
Sorry. Go ahead.
we had a little bit of a problem with our celebration, though. Maybe you can help us with it.
What happened?
Well, we had arranged for a little bit of a talent contest between all of us, but the bird that was trying to arrange the talent contest, he grew a little bit sick and couldn't organize it. We're all really sad. We were really
Well, I'm
hoping for a talent contest.
I'm sure
We
we
have a
can
healer.
help you.
Really? You could help us with the talent contest?
With the sick bird.
Oh, you don't want to help them? It could be really
It's
quick,
the bird
Eli.
that's sick, right? We have a healer.
Us
Could
woodland
probably
creatures would
help
be
the
in your
bird.
favor if you would help us out with this.
Just helping
If
the
we
bird,
hit-
right?
If we healed the bird, would that help?
Oh, the bird's far away at this point. No, we need help with the talent contest.
What kind of things do you need us to do?
Well, whatever you like, whatever you're talented at.
Oh, you want us to be in the talent contest?
Well, if you wouldn't mind, we need a little bit of entertainment.
Oh no. I don't know if Shade is good at anything.
Well, I'm sure everybody's good at something.
Maybe he swings his sword. He swings his sword really hard, so maybe he could do like a sword show or something.
We never seen a sword show up front. What does that look like?
Kind of like, I'm not very good with the sword, but you know, if like swinging a sword around, choo, choo, doing cool poses and stuff. Shade'll, where's Shade, guys? Why didn't he come?
He's by the
Watching
carriage.
Oh, okay.
Well, you were certainly
Well-
good with the flute. That's what gave us the idea to invite you to the talent show.
Guys, do you hear that? I'm famous now. They think I'm a really good flute player and they want me to perform in their show.
We
I
would
have
be
an
oh
idea
so
that I can
appreciative of it,
perform.
and you look down and see just a row of adorable woodland creatures with big, soppy anime eyes, all looking up to you, hands clenched. Please, please, could you sing us a song or play us a song and show us the stabby things? Ooh, the stabby things.
How long do you think this will take? Like right now, right here? I could play you a song here.
Well, it wouldn't be much of a competition without any contestants. We'd be happy if you played for us, but
I'll juggle my daggers.
Eli, you want to be in the show?
I can't say no to them. Look at their faces.
Oh, I knew you had a heart in
Not
there.
that heartless.
even
Close.
Spike
I don't know.
is looking back at you longingly like, can we please help them?
Come on,
Yes.
guys.
Yeah.
All right, I'll join.
Well, if it doesn't take too much of our time.
Okay, I'm going to point my finger over at Shade and cast message, which is a cantrip.
Okay.
And I will, I guess it has to be a whisper. Sorry, this is gonna be a little weird. But hey, Alara, you should come with the carriage. Bring the carriage over here. It's an emergency.
Where is here?
You can. You you can see us right here, and Alara will be flailing her arms.
I say,
You
Carriage,
can easily
go
you can
here.
easily see from where you are, Alara waving her arms drastically in the air.
I say, Carriage, go here as fast as possible.
All right, the carriage moves about 6 inches before it stops, just on the other side of the road.
I whisper, I'm here.
Hey, well, come out. It's an emergency.
I mean, do they need all of us to participate in this talent show?
You'd be willing, all of you, to participate in the talent show, and all of the little critters start clapping with their tiny little hands.
Come on, Jade. What's taking you so long? Hurry up! I'm dying. Blah.
I walk slowly towards Alara.
Okay. As you exit the carriage, you hear a click from behind you as the door seemingly locks on itself.
I hope we know how to unlock it.
I was gonna
Making-
say.
We have the ring. We
Yeah,
have
the
the ring.
We're going to call
Making
the
your
guy
way
again.
to the clearing, you see this line of woodland creatures all looking up to you expectantly and longing.
Oh, then
So
you
does
rabbit.
that mean that y'all are going to be in the talent show?
This is Shade. Yes, Shade. This is the emergency. He's gonna do a fancy sword show.
Who do
Well,
I
all
need
right, y'all. Let's all sit back and watch as they do a little talent show for us.
Or Shade and
So-
I can demonstrate sparring.
Oh,
Well, this
That's
is going to
brave
be a
of you,
little
Pava.
bit of a mini game for you guys.
Okay.
okay.
This is going to be a group skill check. So,
Okay.
everyone choose a
Group.
different skill.
We're gonna fail.
Choose a skill that you're proficient with.
Okay. Perception.
That skill is what you're going to utilize during the talent show.
Okay.
Okay? You describe exactly how you utilize the skill within the talent show, and then chat is going to decide whether you roll with advantage, disadvantage, or a straight roll.
Oh wow. Okay.
So you have to be proficient in it, and you got to do a pretty good job describing exactly what your act is going to be. And we're going to let chat go ahead and decide whether you get advantage, disadvantage, or it's a straight roll.
Huh. That's
So while they're deciding, should we go person by person and explain what we're gonna do?
I'm going to roll a D8 and decide who goes first.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. Shade, you're up, my friend.
All right. I'll get my swords out.
Okay.
I'll start. I get my shade out. I'll surround Alara.
Okay.
What? You surround me? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, I put my shade behind you and me on the other side, and I
Great.
start slashing at Lara, but just near her, as near as I can, without hitting her.
Okay. What skill are you going to be using?
I guess I'm going to use my athletics.
Athletics. Okay. So a bit of a juggling act back and forth with your swords, with your echo. Chat, what do you think? Does this deserve advantage, disadvantage, or just a straight roll?
I'm just staring him deadpan in the eyes. Evil glare.
Of course.
I
you are.
return the evil glare the same way.
Ooh. Oh my god.
Ooh. I see a
Shakes is so
disadvantage, a
mean.
straight roll, a disadvantage, and a straight roll. We need one more for a tiebreaker.
Oh
And
no!
It's disadvantage. So go ahead and roll disadvantage. The objective of the game is to try and get a combined score of 70.
I don't know what I'm gonna
Wow. Chat's not on our side.
do.
Well, they're not on his
his.
side. We don't know what they're gonna do.
That's
That's true.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay.
With disadvantage. Wow.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah,
write that
I'm
down.
Shade. I'm so cool. Me,
No,
me, me.
well, did you want me to take one which had like -1 at?
Dirty 20. So as you spin the blades back and forth, you seemingly instinctively, almost in unison, are able to catch it with your echo, continuing to throw back and forth. Alara, where you're a little concerned about the blades flying back and forth, the glimmer of the swords off the sun make it a bit more sparkly, and as it does, you can't help but break a smile across your face.
Not fair.
As he catches the swords one last time, you instinctively do a curtsy, very sparkly with your dress, as all the woodland creatures begin to clap wildly. Trix, you're up. What would you like to do to compete within the talent show?
Muted.
I would like to use my deception to do a fantastic card trick. In which I have a creature pick out a card, and then it reappears near another creature.
Okay, a little bit of a magic trick. I like it. I like it. Chat, what do you think? Advantage, disadvantage, or a straight roll? Oh, up close magic, we've got advantage. A lot of people with advantage. A lot of people. Okay, go ahead and roll with advantage, Trix.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That
Chat's
is
on our side.
22.
22. Wow. Okay. So as you continue to break out the cards, you fan them out wildly, doing a little bit of flourishing with the cards first, doing a little bit of a springboard with the cards, completely arcing them over top. You hear all the little critters in front. Ooh. You can begin to perform the card trick, not only doing it once, making it disappear from one place, appearing to a next, but bouncing back and forth, amazing the creatures in front of you. Again, a loud burst of cheering happens and more clapping of tiny little paws. Well done. You guys are about halfway there. Eli, how would you like to participate in the talent show, in the Woodland Critter Talent Show?
Okay, Eli's gonna use his sleight of hand, and he's gonna take his daggers and toss them into the air and then catch them as they come down one by one. And if it feels like it's gonna prick him, he'll just like teleport it right before it reaches the end, and then he'll start like tossing them around and teleporting and doing all this crazy stuff.
Ooh, doing a little flourishing with the knives. Very nice, very nice. Chat, what do you think though? Advantage, disadvantage, or a straight roll? Personally, I would probably do advantage. Yeah. There's a flood of advantage starting already. So, Eli, go ahead and roll with advantage for me.
Okay. That is going to be a 24.
Very
Nice.
good. Very good. Paulson, come on, bud. Disadvantage. Oh. The creatures are on the edge of their seat at this point, their eyes large and completely captivated by the performance that they're seeing, clapping harder and harder. Lucy, what would you like to do?
I am going to use my deception to regale them of the story of how I bested Pavo in combat.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to be very favorable of myself in the conversation.
Okay. So, as you begin to
Very
tell
theatrical
this
form.
as you begin to tell this tale, the woodland creatures are all leaning in at this point, completely captivated. Suddenly, you feel a sneeze coming on.
Oh.
Go ahead and roll a D100 for me, my friend.
Okay. And I can roll 2, and then just like, I can decide if I don't want the first one, basically. Which is a 17. I need to memorize my wild magic sheet. I'm gonna roll again.
You're gonna roll again? All right.
I'm gonna roll again.
Okay.
41.
41.
Oh no.
As you all watch as Lucy is captivating these creatures, he leans back and lets out a loud sneeze as a burst of white light completely cascades around the area. As the light simmers down, you watch as a potted plant where Lucy once stood falls to the ground.
I have Groot.
I like look down at my leaves. Ta-da!
Go ahead and make your deception at disadvantage.
Oh, 8. Rolled a 2.
The small woodland creatures kind of look back and forth to each other, not sure if this was part of the act itself. They give a little bit of a clap but not too much.
So Lucy's a plant now?
Lucy is now a potted plant.
Is he a talking potted plant? Does he have a face? Can he move?
From where you're standing, you can't tell.
First the cow, now the plant.
Oh my gosh.
Pavo,
The dog.
you're up. What would you like to do for the talent show?
Oh geez, I have no clue. I guess what I'll try to do is
Chicken dance.
Yeah, no, I don't have performance. I will try to use the brush and everything. I'm going to take flight and try to use stealth to sneak up and appear behind them without them noticing.
Okay. So, trying to do a bit of a disappearing act, you float upwards to the sky as you begin to whip back and forth. The silver on your wings begin to create trails of light that seems to create a little bit of a drag behind it. Chat, what do you think? Disadvantage, advantage, or straight roll? Straight roll, advantage. Okay. Ooh. Okay, one more for a tiebreaker is all I need. Well, that doesn't help, Danessa. Okay. Proximity 30055 and Cherry Bombat. Pavo, you have been given advantage by our wonderful chat. Go ahead and roll advantage.
Thank you, chat. So that would be 24.
24. Okay. As you whip back and forth, you seemingly, the glare of the wings becomes a little bit too much as a few of the woodland creatures begin to cover their eyes as you vanish from sight. They begin to look around wildly for you as you appear directly behind, yelling, "Ta-da!" in a very monotone way. Not the greatest of the showmen, but they are definitely oppressed as they continue to clap onward for the strange large birdman. A few of the mockingbirds that were flying around with Alara begin to beat their eyes at you and flutter them towards you. Ollie, what would you like to do, my friend?
Okay. First, I'm gonna like lean to Eli and be like, "Can I get my dancing hat back for a bit?"
Slide it to him.
All right, thank you. And then I'm gonna grab like a bit of dirt and put it inside. And then I'm gonna go on the stage and be like, "I would need a volunteer," and I'm gonna find someone, pick like a nice sturdy creature, and be like, "All right, come up here. I sense some magic in you." And I'm gonna give him. Yeah, I sense magic in you.
A small bunny kind of leaps up to the front of the stage, his ears kind of droopy over to the side, almost bent on a 90-degree angle.
And I'll be like, "Here, this is just an average stick, but to someone like you, I think you can make some magic happen. I want you, and if you need help, I can help you hold the stick, but the magic's gonna come from you. I want you to think really hardly about the nicest bouquet of flowers, and the flowers will appear out of this hat. And then after that happens, ideally, like flowers will happen since it's a new day. I'm gonna be like, you know what? I think some of your magic is resonating not only in these flowers, but in this hat. I want you to take these flowers and this hat, and now audience, I want you to resist as much as you can, but I don't think you'll be able to resist his magic. I want you to offer those flowers and put the hat on whoever you want to dance with you, and they will dance."
As the audience now looming, kind of all pushed forward on the edge of their seats, they look in wonder as the small rabbit tries to pick up the hat, holding it above its head. It flops down over top. The bunny stands upright, and you can just see two tiny little large feet that seem to be padding back and forth in rhythm as the hat sways back and forth. What do you think, chat? Advantage, disadvantage, or a straight roll?
I should say there was a persuasion thing, so I'm trying to persuade the guy that he's magic.
Okay.
Oh yeah, look at all that advantage.
Oh yeah, advantage times 2, advantage, advantage. Go ahead and roll at advantage there, my friend Ollie.
Okay. All right, I got 16.
16. Okay. The creature begins to the small bunny begins to turn around and twist around the dirt falling out at its feet, and as it does, it grows these little tiny minuscule flowers that seem to be appearing around. All of the woodland creatures are completely taken aback by this. Their eyes completely aglow as their mouths open wide with smiles. They all begin to clap furiously.
Aww.
Alara,
Let's take a bow.
what would you like to do for your talent show act?
I will use my knowledge of history, the history of Luminador, and I will tell the tale of the great tree of Luminador. And as I'm telling the tale, I will sprinkle in dress spins and create sparkles, and obviously be over animated how I'm telling the history of this tree. And at the end, I will pick up Lucy as the potted plant and hold him up as the great tree of Luminador.
Okay, so as you go to reach for Lucy, there is a small squirrel which seems to be sniffing around the potted plant, its back leg cocked up directly at the stem, but you catch it just in time as you pick up the potted plant and present it for everyone. What do you think, chat? Advantage, disadvantage, or straight roll?
Come on.
Disadvantage. You're just too much of a nerd with your history lesson. Oh, we've got super advantage. Couple advantages. I don't know. High or low for your benefit, Alara?
Always high.
Always high.
Disadvantage.
the golden oldies disadvantage.
Betrayal.
That is a natural 4, my friend. Go ahead and roll at disadvantage for your storm.
Damn. All right. Yeah, we're not friends anymore. That is still a 19.
19.
Suck it, chat.
Well, a few of the woodland creatures, some of them seem to be yawning and nodding off a little bit. You get a few claps throughout as you all take center stage once again, holding hands and bowing in a very polite gesture of performance. All of the creatures clap wildly towards you. The raccoon speaks up once more. Well, that was great, y'all. Well done. I must say, I've never seen anything like that before. Perhaps we can give you a little bit of a treat. And he scurries down back into the hollowed out log. Trix, you can see from where you're standing what is exactly in the log. And you can see a long table filled with teacups and small little baked goods and a few sprigs of a few things. The raccoon appears back out from the other side, holding up a few flowers, 7 to be exact. These are for your wonderful participation. These are the fast flowers. And he hands one to each of you. By consuming the fast flower, you can cast haste on yourself once.
That's so cool. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Add
much.
it to my pot.
No, thank y'all. You are fantastic. I hope you come back next year.
Yeah, we will. Maybe. We're pretty busy, but we'll try.
Well, all right then. Well, you're always welcome in the grove.
Aw, thank you. See, we made friends, guys. Eli, don't be so grumpy. You're turning into shade. Let's go.
I wouldn't go that
I'll
far.
be sure to get my staff and hat from the creature and be like, I need these props for my next show. Thank you.
The bunny seems to want to hold onto it a little bit longer, but you kind of pop it off the top as you grab your items once more. And with that, you all begin to make your way back to the carriage. You put Lucy to the side on one of the cushions, trying to wedge him down in between the seats, not to allow him to bounce around too much.
I'll talk his ear off the rest of the way.
Where's his ear?
Oh, whatever. If he can hear me or not, I'm just going to be like, oh my gosh. And then this one time when I was at school, I was going through the library and then this happened and this happened. That's all I'm going to be doing the whole way there.
I'll sit as far away so Fidget doesn't get any ideas.
As you continue to tell these stories, you hear tiny little groans coming from the pod.
Are we supposed to water him?
As you continue onward in your travels, making rest one night more, Lucy seems to pop back the next morning to his original form, still with 2 little tiny horns on his head, but otherwise he is Lucy once more.
Lucy.
As you... Go ahead.
That's it.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, you're chaos.
As you continue down the path on what you would assume is the last day of travel, you notice the road has become paved with finely laid cobblestone and is kept in immaculate condition. Coming up to a large hill on the right, Lucy, you begin to hear the familiar downpour of 8 massive waterfalls. As you make your way around the bend at the foot of the hill, all of your eyes lay first glance on the beautiful metropolis known as Boku. You can see the city is built on what looks like 3 tiers that remind you a little bit of a man-made mountaintop. Directly in the center of the towering city, you see these 8 separate waterfalls flowing down in the 8 cardinal directions. Following the waterfalls downward, you see they seem to flow and split into a multitude of channels and aqueducts that seem to provide the city with its irrigation. The city buildings all seem to be made of a combination of well-polished beige materials, possibly a sandstone or a limestone. Accented throughout the buildings are columns and trellises made entirely of marble. Beautiful flowered vines crawl up and down the sides of many of the buildings, showcasing how effective their waterways are. Most of the buildings are a Greco-Roman style with many open rooms, columns, and archways. And at the furthest direction of each cardinal direction of the city lie 8 massive statues made up of a sparkling blue material with gold inlay wrapped around them. Ollie, you would recognize the materials, one as mithril and the other drellium. It takes you about 20 minutes before your carriage is just about to approach the front gatehouse. As the egg carriage approaches, a few individuals walk out of the gatehouse holding up their hands in protest to stop. The individuals you see are more akin to almost friars, with long blonde hair that is kind of cut like a bowl cut. They all wear very distinct green and white robes, well kept, and on the sides of their belt you see a small scale. Just a very simple weighing scale.
Can
Gotta
I
tell
help
the
you?
carriage to stop, right?
Yeah, how do we stop the carriage? It's on its own.
The
I say
carriage
stop.
seems to,
Stop.
as you say that, the carriage starts to slow until a final stop.
Right.
Can we help you?
Would I recognize this like being a thing that happens typically?
Absolutely.
Boku?
Absolutely. You recognize the 2 individuals as collectors, individuals that represent the city guard. The scales that are hanging from their belts. You've seen many a times is how they cast judgment on a criminal. Depending on the severity of their crimes, you know that there's tiny little weights along their belt line that are dedicated to each crime that is potentially committed. By putting the weights on the scale, the individual must provide a certain amount of gold to match off that weight, or alternatively, be taken to the jail.
I relay that that's what this is to the group.
Okay. You also know that it's someone that you should address properly.
Please tell Alara that.
Well, I'm gonna
stop me.
get out of the carriage first and approach them.
All right, as Lucy begins to walk out of the carriage, is there anyone else making their way outside of the carriage?
I'm assuming
Yes,
I'm
I
still
will go.
sitting on top.
Yeah, I like to
Yeah, I'll get out.
do
Okay. As Lucy makes his way forward, the 2 guards begin to burst out laughing. Well. If it isn't the town crier. We'd heard you disappeared, but We never thought that you would return on your own. This is just a delight.
I just kind of hang my head down a little bit.
So can we get in, or I don't know who you are. My name's Alara. Can we come inside now? We've traveled a really long way to come here.
Of course,
The
you're
friends
all
of Lucy, if
welcome.
that counts.
If Lucy, you mean the town crier? Of course. With Daddy's influence, you can absolutely be led into the city, no charge whatsoever.
Fantastic.
Lucy, are you okay?
I don't answer. I slowly walk back to the carriage.
Okay. I'll follow Lucy
Of
back to
course.
the carriage.
Run away once more, little town crier.
When
I
Lucy
follow
gets
Lucy back. Yeah.
when Lucy gets back in, I want to say, what's the holdup?
No, hold up. We're good to go.
Okay.
And I'll say Vander Palace to the cart.
Oh, we can take the card in. Oh, that's good. Okay.
I would think so, right?
As
Am I
you,
mistaken?
Yeah, you can take it in. As the last of you begin to make your way in onto the carriage, the collectors speak up. Just be careful of where you're parking your carriage. We're having our annual parade to represent the congregation of the Founding Brothers. So you can only utilize your carriage on the first level.
Okay.
Is there somewhere we can park it?
Absolutely, there are stable houses all around that you'd be willing to park at.
Maybe it can become
Okay.
an egg again and we can carry it.
I was gonna say, I'm hoping that we can just pack it up.
Yeah.
I mean, we could call Wilburo, I think.
Should be okay. Let's just go.
Yeah. Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Okay. As you all continue inward on the carriage, the streets suddenly become very crowded with individuals, all of them wearing these beautiful togas with a light blue or white or yellow on it. Many of them wearing these handmade crowns of flowers. It gets to the point of where the carriage can really no longer move anywhere forward.
Okay. We should get out and try and compact this thing back to an egg.
Yep.
Alright.
Lucy, why were they so mean to you? Those guards. Why were they calling you the town crier?
I just have a bit of a reputation, I think, here.
For crying?
Something like that, Ollie.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about it more later. Those guys are
Oh.
assholes. Don't let them get you down, Lucy.
Should we
I think you're
expect
great.
more of this treatment towards you?
I'd be surprised if we didn't. And he just gets out of the carriage.
I'll see if I can figure out how to compact it.
Okay, make an investigation check for me.
Okay. 26.
26. Right beside the door handle, you see a little switch. You're able to twist it. On the top of the switch, you see a label small, and on the bottom, you see big. The switch is currently turned to big.
I will flip it to small.
As you do, it starts to compact back down into a small egg size.
I'll toss it in my bag of holding.
Okay. As you do, the rest of your friends are now being interacted with some of the townfolk. Many of them with wide smiles. You can clearly tell it's a party happening. A few of them being blessed with the flowered crowns. As a few individuals kind of grab the hands of Alara and Trix with big smiles, start pulling them towards the what Lucy would recognize as the town square or the city square.
Absolutely, I follow along.
Yeah, I'll follow, just kind of like looking at all the buildings and things around.
Is the palace in the town square? No.
Is what?
Palace? Aren't we supposed to go to the palace?
No, Lucy would know that the palace is on the top third tier of the city. Turning the last corner, you find yourself in the middle of the city square. Lucy, you are met with a sight that brings a feeling of shame over you. You remember standing just below the statue in the center of the town square of the founding brothers. Remember pleading your case to the public. And as you turn back to your friends, their faces are all aglow with all the new sights and sounds of the entire city. All but one. Alara has now fallen back a few feet and has stopped dead in her tracks as her eyes begin to well up with tears staring at the statue. For where you see the familiar faces of the founding brothers, Octavo Presage and the Sage, she only sees the face of her kindly old mentor, Racilian Vo, staring back at her. But that, my friends, is a story for another evening.
Well, well, well.
Home sweet home.
What? What? Anyone else panicking, or is it just me?
Just you.
We don't know yet.
We don't
Yeah,
know.
just you.
I mean,
Okay.
last bit was definitely news to me, man.
What? Wow.
Oh,
Well, we made it to Boku.
Yep.
we actually made it.
So there's that.
Oh my god, wow. I can't believe we made it.
And no one died.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. Moose is here and he's enthralled.
As always, we can see the giant cloud is thoroughly impressed with our D&Ding.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that the other dog there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Halo. Oh man.
And what is Moose's friend's name?
Halo. Like the
Oh.
Rihanna song.
I'm not going to sing it, but
Oh, boy. Yeah, I don't. Copyright.
I almost did.
we got to watch out for DMCA, guys. We're just too good. We're too good.
Yeah. They're coming after us.
Oh boy. Man.
I don't even.
I think things are about to get real shitty for Lucy.
think things are gonna get really dramatic.
I say things are gonna start getting real shitty for Lucy, but I mean, in the last 3 days, he's been a plant, a cow, and teleported into God knows where.
Yeah. Guys, it's so chaotic that I literally don't even trust a pile of woodland creatures. I was like, they're gonna eat us for sure.
To be fair, they were definitely voiced in the same fashion as South Park. Satan.
Oh god.
Woodland creatures, so.
We have so much trauma.
Just to throw it in there.
Yeah.
Just to throw it in there.
Wow.
Oh god.
Well, with that said, just a few quick thank yous to Cross the Streams for the gifted tier 1 sub. Thank you so much. Vix Draws for 5 months, as well as Cherry Bombette. Thank you so much for your continued support, guys. It means the world to us. Holson, Cross the Streams, Danessa T for the gifted subs, as well as Cherry Bombette. And last but not least, D&D 214 Dice. You beautiful individual. You thank you for the prime. It's been a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed the chaos that we continue to supply to you, and continuing to follow along with our strange story and watching our dumb, very beautiful faces. But with that said, one last thing to all the adventurers out there. To all the heroes in the making, I beg of you, one word of caution. Be careful out there. You can trip. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Love y'all.